Welcome, everyone, to another Realm Smith Live D&D session. This is episode 16 of our Sentinels of the Storm Live D&D campaign. We're very excited to be here. As usual, this chair here is empty because Jeffrey Roney is on his way. Roscoe will be joining us at some point this evening. He has told us that. We're never quite sure when he says that, if that will be the case. So hopefully tonight, it is one of those nights where he will join us. But, in his absence, we have a guest at the table today, Monica Zelik. Is that right? Is that
Yes. What's up, everybody?
We're going to do intros real soon, and Monica can tell you a little bit about herself and all the cool, fun things she's done. You're allowed to talk about yourself. That's the opportunity to do so. We're going to do some announcements really quick. First, we just announced that we've formed an alliance and partnered with Dwarven Forge for some content coming up really soon. So we're really super excited about that. That is going to culminate in a lot of awesome content that we can't talk about yet. But it will be coming in the next month or so. We're very excited. Dwarven Forge people are awesome. With Nate and Stefan and all those guys, we're really excited to create awesome things with them. So we will be doing that soon. Keep an ear out and an eye out for that. Tonight's stream, Ryan is not here. Our producer's not here. We are very sad. But Brandon will be doing his best to produce from his chair. So Brandon, you're on. No pressure.
You see me reaching over here really far. That's
yes,
what I'm doing.
that is that he's producing. That said, though, that means that we won't be on the chat throughout the entire stream. We're going to try and be on there. We will touch base with you guys in the break. So if you have questions, you write question in caps and save your questions for the break, and then we'll see them. We may not see them ahead of time. Question, and then your question so that we know it's your question. Owlbear and Dragon Plus has been featured in... Sorry. Our Owlbear tutorial has been featured in Dragon Plus. We've also uploaded episode 1 on our YouTube channel, /Realmsmith. Check that out, and that's how to paint the Dungeons & Dragons Nolzur's Marvelous Miniature WizKids Owlbear. So check that out. Our crates, we've launched our September theme. That is Magic of the Wild, and it's all about the Feywild. The encounter crate is an owlbear, and the layer crate is called King Grimewood, which is super exciting. Check that out. It's live on our website right now at realmsmith.tv. Basically what that is we love to show you guys how to make awesome experiences or create awesome experiences on your table through crafting. What we've decided to do is actually ship everything that you need to your doorstep every single month in order to do so. So check that out. Dragon crates, we're still waiting on a couple products. They are shipping this week. That man over there has been put in charge of all of our crate logistics. It's his fault. No, this month is my fault. Next month is his fault. So just pay attention to that, and it will be coming. I promise, folks. I'm really sorry. For those of you that subscribed, we're putting in some extra goodies into those boxes for you because they're late. We're just trying to catch up and get our whole production schedule and all that stuff, logistics, all sorted out. It's all new, and we appreciate your awesome patience in all of it because you've been awesome. We created new character portraits. You can see them on the table TV here. It's kind of skewed here, but you'll be seeing them come up during our when we do intros and initiative. We've created character portraits across all of our streams. You saw them for Order of Dragon's Bane, and these are here just to represent each character at the table, which is kind of fun. I want to shout out our partners, WizKids, which we'll be using a lot of WizKids minis tonight, as well as Sirenscape for all of the ambient music and sounds that we use every week, and they add a lot to our game. We don't have the Facebook voting because we are live tonight on YouTube and on Facebook. We're live on both platforms. We're really excited. Please chat in both. Again, there isn't somebody there to moderate tonight, but please leave your comments. We'd love to hear everything that you guys need to say and talk amongst yourselves. And but we will have a voting system tonight. There is one moment, if the characters get there and if they find it, where you will have the opportunity to vote using a hashtag in the comments on YouTube and on Facebook. What? Oh, you're waiting?
We'll have to have somebody
yeah,
watching that.
Yeah, when that happens, one of us will jump on and we'll count the votes. I'll probably do that. But it will change it's a plot twist vote. So we'll change the future of this campaign or something fairly significant within the campaign in the gameplay. So again, we want to make this stream as interactive as possible, and so that's kind of the opportunity to do that. Character intros. I won't start with you. I won't start with Jeff.
No, well.
He'll
Well,
do-
actually, do start with Jeff.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah, that would be good.
We'll just sit here for 5 minutes just pretending.
Yeah, just pretending.
Smile and nod.
Uh-huh. What a clever, witty fellow.
Yes, he is very clever and witty. Let's start with Todd Harris.
All right, so yeah, I'm Todd Harris, also known as Nerdcore Jock. You can find my Facebook channel at Nerdcore Jock. I play Sulcad McGill Austin Anitari, a wood elf from the Forest of Ardeep. I'm a ranger with an outlander background. I like to dual wield with swords. Recently leveled up at level 8. Picked up a few extra proficiencies. I think Elven Accuracy.
I did it every time, every week.
Not me this time!
I was trying to moderate. I was trying to respond to BJ Thomas, who said, "What a cool set." BJ, shout out. They have an amazing coffee company, and they make like medieval fantasy kind of tabletop. Anyways, role-playing coffee brand.
Nice.
Amazing coffee. Check it out. I believe it's Initiative Coffee. BJ, don't kill me. Post a link in the comments, please. Anyways, go on.
So before I got rudely interrupted there, recently leveled up, level 8. Elven Accuracy is pretty sick. When I'm using advantage on a ranged or a close attack, and I don't like either of those rolls, I get to re-roll one of those.
Nice.
Nice.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
Very good. Oh, me.
Brandon Perkins.
All right, then I can put on... Hey, that's me.
That's you.
Yeah, so I am Vor, and I am a former gladiator who was also once a slave, and, well, a gladiator as a slave, and, was freed from both of those. So I am an 8th level fighter, and at my level 8 bump... What are you doing? At my level 8 bump...
story.
Yeah, I know, it's super sad. I took the lucky feat. Which is something that I've needed because I've had a lot of really bad rolls, including last game where I rolled 2 1s, even using my luck. I rolled another 1, and that's when I was falling to my doom. Was till this guy saved me. Yeah, it was real cool. It was a great moment.
Tarzan shit.
And I just noticed that our stat cards are cut off a little bit because of the snow that's on this HUD that isn't on the other one. I'm sorry, folks. His strength is really low. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, that's
it's
actually
a 2.0.
Yeah.
It's a 2.
Yeah. I look kind of muscly, but it's all for show.
It's all for show.
All right,
steroids.
All right, on to Monica.
Monica.
Yeah.
Welcome. That's not Monica.
That's not.
Oh no!
I'm pressing all the buttons. I apologize.
Oh, it's an A. If you press an A.
Yeah, I know. I pressed.
Oh,
V for
you guys got a
mistake.
got
I'm new
sneak
at this.
peek of the vote.
I'm new at this.
Oh, Brandon, you're fired. There we go. Hey.
You can no longer work for free for us.
Now, before we start, this is Monica's first time ever playing D&D.
I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Thank you for your patience.
No, it's great. Go ahead.
Sorry, I'm used to playing consoles, gaming stuff like that. So this is definitely new territory for me.
So Monica, tell me about console gaming and why you're such a superstar in console gaming.
Oh, wow.
It's okay to talk about yourself.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
Todd does it all the time.
Yes, he does.
Todd's special though.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, sure.
These are all very true things.
I am a huge Halo gaming fan. I was ranked in the world for gunning in the Warthog back when Halo was really good. Not so much anymore. But yeah, I think the last RPG game that I played that was similar to D&D would have been EverQuest on the PC back in the day, many years ago.
Yeah.
Fight my brother to get to the computer with dial-up internet.
Nice.
Beep, boop, beep.
Okay, sorry.
Get off the phone!
Yeah.
Get off the internet!
Yeah, exactly.
And then he made the mistake of teaching me how to play, and then we had to fight each other for the computer.
Awesome.
But yeah, super excited to be here.
And you also do a lot of cosplay?
I do. I like to play dress up. So this past weekend we had Fan Expo Toronto, and I dressed up as my favorite video game character, of course, Cortana from Halo.
Awesome.
Nice.
And where can people check you out?
Oh.
All your stuff.
TH3 Rogue is my alter ego. So you go ahead and type that in your Google search bar and all my stuff will pop up for you.
Amazing. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having
Good.
me.
Character,
Super
like a bit of the
excited.
character?
Yes.
Druid.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Wood Elf Druid.
Yeah. What's your name?
Shapeshifter. Acantha.
Acantha.
Acantha or Acantha? Should it be Acantha or Acantha?
Maybe
What's your
we should vote.
name?
I think I
Whatever
should be
you choose.
Acantha.
Acantha.
Like
Acantha.
Acantha. That sounds like kind of, I don't know.
It's up to
And
you.
sounds
You
American.
decide.
Acantha
When you
sounds
introduce
Acantha.
yourself, it will be a surprise to everyone at the table
Acantha.
Right.
in
Alright.
game.
Hi, I'm Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, just
How you doing,
roll up a new
Bill?
character.
And his name is Tim.
And there's no better way to introduce a new character than to start her at 8th level.
Yeah.
I know, isn't that
A
awesome?
new player.
Heck yeah.
There's nothing
Yeah.
better than that.
So
So
feats.
I had 0 training and I'm at level 8.
it's great. It's great. It'll be fun. It'll be a fun experience for sure. What we like to do, what we're doing is we're kind of featuring a rotating guest chair. And so Monica will be with us for the foreseeable next bunch of sessions, and then we'll see how it goes. We're very
Can I
excited
just
to have
throw in a quick history here?
Sure.
So,
Yes.
Monica and I used to work together at Game Asylum, which is one of
True
those 30-foot rolling video game trailers. And Monica, when she says that she plays Halo really well, like she would own 15 dudes in that trailer. I'm talking grown men leaving weeping because she totally eviscerated them in Halo. She's got mad skills. So when we were talking about guest players, I'm like, I know someone. Maybe she hasn't played D&D, but she can bring the game. So that's why we invited Monica out.
Good times. I remember those times.
Yeah.
Adult grown men. Something's wrong with the controller.
I have my controller at home.
I don't like these settings. I need my sniper. I'm like, fine, whatever. We'll switch it up to whatever settings you want. Still gets owned. Poor baby. I'm so sorry.
Amazing.
Carry on.
That's
times.
amazing.
Good
That's
times.
amazing.
Right on.
All right, so we are going to jump right in.
right.
Brandon just does such a good job of giving us a recap of previous
He
sessions.
does.
Oh.
This is
So
a
that
true
I'm
story.
gonna put you on
The spot.
on display on the spot to tell us what has happened leading up to this point. Monica, of course, your character doesn't necessarily know any of this. She is jumping
No.
in for the first time today. I will introduce you at the appropriate moment,
Wonderful.
and then we go from there.
Okay.
So we were leaving the big giant castle place where we did some really important things there. And when we came out, there was a flying ship that came down and for some reason really liked us.
Which
And,
we're still on, by the way, there, Barry.
Yeah, we got on it. It took some trying because well, who was it that I threw? I think it was Roscoe.
Roscoe.
Attempted.
Yeah, I attempted to throw Roscoe onto the ship. He was totally into it. I mean, I didn't force him or anything. But so anyway, it didn't work. But he made it up there eventually. And I was able to get my cat up there. He's big. He's a big cat. He's a Craig cat. It's not like a kitty, but well, a big kitty. So got him up there, and then we were flying for a bit. We found out that these guys have some elementals that they use, an air elemental to fly the ship, and a fire elemental to keep the burners going. It doesn't seem nice to me, but you know, what are you gonna do? They serve.
Start a petition.
They serve an evil dragon named something.
I'll recall Old Snarl.
Snarl, yeah. It's an apt dragon name. So they serve Snarl. I know nothing about dragons. It sounds really cool to me. Clouth, nickname Snarl.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
how that works. So, that's what we did. We fought a dragon.
Alright, we did.
Green
Green.
dragon. And it was.
You know I didn't do any fighting.
Yes, right. Because I was trying to fire a scorpion. It was one of those giant
Balance.
crossbow.
I must say that Brandon does a much better job than Vor does. And much more succinct.
So yeah, I want to say scorpion launcher, but that's not it. So anyway, then one of those giant kind of crossbow deals. One of them.
Ballista.
So, Ballista. So I tried firing it, rolled a natural 1. My foot got caught and it flew over the side.
And you
Miguel
rolled
saved
for
my
luck.
butt. I rolled for luck. It was another
And you
one.
nat one.
Nat one again, so I was severely punished and falling for the whole fight, and then McGill saved my butt. But other people got some really cool shining moments. It was great. So then after that, I was on watch. McGill heard some flapping wings of an approaching dragon. There was a silver dragon coming up near the back of the airship, and we convinced the crew not to kill this dragon because they're known for hating dragons. Well, not all dragons, just dragons that aren't cloth.
That's right.
Right.
And so we ended with the silver dragon landing on the rail of the ship.
Yeah.
That's right.
Airship.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We are missing one piece of terrain right now, and that is
Okay.
the ship.
Yes.
All right, let's break it down.
So,
That was my attempt at like,
we'll make it happen.
we will. Oh, my hands are so sweaty.
Okay, don't drop it.
Don't drop it again,
Don't
like I did
drop
last
it.
time, 15 minutes before that.
Whoa, giant hand. Here it comes.
Do we have wispy movement?
Just wait, Todd. Don't wreck my shit before I show it. Every time.
Big reveal.
We're
and
gonna fix that in
everything.
post. Nobody's gonna know.
Fix it in post.
Oh wait, live stream, no post.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah.
Oh,
Can
there's a
everybody
good
see-
shot of
nobody
me.
can see me.
Yeah,
I need to
like,
give me-
I look
Can you
cute.
see? Is the ship okay?
Only Todd. Okay. This is totally happening. Watch this. Ready, folks?
Oh, cool.
Ready? Let's hope it
Yeah.
works.
How many hours
Wow.
is this? Got this on YouTube.
Wispy
Uh,
clouds.
We need to turn it like the other way so that we can see the back of it. And we may need to. You need to manage it so that.
Whoa.
Easy,
Like
easy,
that.
easy,
Oh,
easy,
right
easy.
there, right
Okay,
there,
gentle.
right
No. It should be going that way.
Gentle.
Oh,
I think I hear
Roscoe's
Roscoe.
here.
Is that
That's
It is.
that Roscoe?
We're still on the balloon. You
It's
can
going
see
to-
it in the.
It's gonna be.
Yes, we
Yeah.
are. Let's go.
If I let go, it's gonna spin.
Yeah, dude, we're 20 minutes in.
You made it this far.
Oh, right. I'm
Yeah.
far away from the...
Yeah,
Jeff,
Jeff, meet
Monica,
Monica, meet Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Yeah, just
Nice
climb
to
over,
meet you.
Todd.
Yeah, just like.
You say that now.
Yeah, just watch the curtains.
First it was Vor, now it's Jeff.
Close the curtain again. behind
What
you.
are you gonna do?
Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do like over here until the end of the. Okay, so
But you look sophisticated doing that.
we are currently on the ship. We are leaving off, Jeff, where we started. Or are we starting off where we left? Starting?
Just
Where we
trying to
left
find
off?
myself
Yeah.
and
Something.
It's working.
Something like that. Okay,
Well,
so
the camera's gonna pan.
Okay.
no, it's not.
This is amazing.
No, it's gonna stay right where it is. Okay, so you guys are on the back of the ship. A silver dragon has landed on the back of the ship. You managed to. This is not the right music. You managed to stop.
A jolly green silver giant.
Yeah, exactly. You managed to stop the second in charge from firing a ballista at the where you thought they were going to do, which was
Seemed reasonable.
yeah, it seemed reasonable for sure. And you guys are currently on the ship. The dragon has landed, and she said, "Oh, it looks like we have a predicament here."
The dragon said
The
that?
dragon said that?
The dragon says that.
In that voice?
Yes.
Just trying-
Next, she says, "I want to kill the blue one. May I eat him?"
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
I'm kidding. She doesn't say that. It's a joke, because Jeff.
Oh yes, the blue one. That's
Had
odd.
I asked the dragon in my game voice, then yes, that would be a perfectly appropriate response.
All right. So, what do you guys do? And it kind of she kind of flits around, and she kind of perches on the edge of the back of the airship.
What is
Is the rep to scale?
Yes, it is a young what appears to be a younger silver dragon.
That's why it flits.
If
Young people flit.
Yeah.
Not flock.
Young people.
Those young-
Thank
I
you
haven't
for-
flitted in years.
Thank you for not attacking
Sorry to hear.
this dragon. Let's find out some things. What is your name?
My name is Delantier. Delaney. Delaney.
Galanier.
Delaney.
Yes.
Delaney?
Yes, that's right. What brings you across this way?
Well, these guys just picked us up. They seem legit.
It's just a pleasure cruise. We're not really up to nothing.
We're not up to
Give me
anything.
a deception.
anything.
That's what I said, nothing.
Right. Give me a deception check, please.
Oh,
Dice, remember?
yes, but somebody's got his stuff all over my box.
Oh.
Okay, typical Monday afternoon for you.
Leave that where that is.
What? Deception.
The crashing sounds. Great.
12.
Wow, probably should have left my stuff in your box. I might have had a better roll.
All
We'll
right.
never know.
Yeah. 12?
12.
She kind of looks at you. And you can tell that she's kind of seeing right through your deception. That she doesn't quite believe, but she's kind of playing along.
I wink.
Yeah.
Well then.
That changes everything.
We've had quite an evening. Well, what brings you to this boat, Delaney?
Oh, I was just flying by and thought I'd stop in. Seemed curious and all.
So you're not the
yeah,
dragon?
I don't blame you.
No.
Okay.
I don't blame you. I get it. We're an odd folk. So,
Yes, Vor speaks for all of us in that regard.
well, specifically me. I'm pretty odd. Yeah, and Roscoe. He's pretty odd. And McGill's normal, but Roscoe and me were weird.
I'm sorry, are we benchmarking our oddities based on McGill?
Yeah.
Good lord, that I am far odder than I gave myself credit for.
You should have met Jinx, man.
We almost got a spit take there.
Not while I'm drinking, please.
Jesus.
I gotta
was-
find a way to keep this from spitting.
Jinx was pretty nuts.
Yeah.
You can hold it.
All right.
He's got a
Got a fly in here, too.
I will.
All right. Yeah, we have
Can I
a
get
fly.
this up? Well, no.
All we need is like a block or something just to stick in here.
I don't have something that I can stand in there, do I?
What?
That's
Okay,
not
like,
Can we
heavy
not
enough.
raise it up a little bit so it's not hitting the TV? Or
It's not hitting.
no,
the TV.
it's not
Yeah,
hitting the
it's-
TV. It's just
yeah.
once, naturally once.
Actually, if
What
we
if you,
drop
like-
it down on the TV,
Because we
it'd
can't
be
see the
fine.
front of it, right?
Hey, yeah, that would be.
Just put that there and it'll stop it from.
No,
just in the middle, in the
just
front.
hook it, yeah.
There, done.
Before
Boom.
it's gonna overcomplicate.
Hey.
Well, I'm gonna dig a hole in the TV and then.
That's it's a good idea.
Todd is on it tonight, eh?
Yeah.
Man, nothing gets.
Cut, burn.
All right. Monica,
Yes.
you have stowed away on this ship.
so your character's name is Monica too? Is that
A
not?
concept.
I can't.
Alright, sorry.
If you had been here on time, you'd know all this.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, why don't you just
Honestly.
read
Lay
off the nude,
character
okay?
card?
So you stowed away on the ship because you were tracking movements of the cult of the dragon. You know that there are some shenanigans going on right now in the world regarding the queen of dragons, Tiamat, and you were doing some research into exactly what might be happening. So you stowed away on a ship that is that belongs to Clouth, which is an ancient red dragon known as Old Snarl, and the cult of the dragon pilots it, and so you were trying to get some information. You were on the ship for about a number of days, and you've been shifting in and out of mouse form, or some sort of small animal. What would you like to be? It can be an insect, probably something smaller.
smaller?
Yeah, something small that you can kind of flit around. You could be a
The
fly.
butterfly.
A butterfly. You've been a butterfly on this ship, which is a little weird. Perhaps a moth, maybe.
Maybe
But anyways,
moth? Okay.
most of the time you've been in the ship's hold,
Okay.
where they wouldn't want to kill a moth. But about 6 hours ago, a group of what seemed to be travelers, perhaps adventurers, came on board. Unlike anybody that the Cult of the Dragon tends to participate with, and they've been on. You heard that there was an attack by a dragon. You kind of stayed quiet because you didn't want to reveal yourself. And just now, somebody yelled "Dragon!" and everybody ran up to the deck of the ship to find out what was going on.
Okay.
That was about 5 minutes ago.
Okay.
What do you do?
Well, I have to reveal myself at this point.
Okay.
I would like to go up to the deck and talk to the dragon.
So you want to make your way up to the deck.
Yes.
Okay. Are we in? We're not in initiative order right now.
No.
Okay. So in the time, so you come out of form, right? Or do you fly out as a butterfly?
Ooh.
As a moth.
I want to fly out as a moth.
Okay. So you kind of fly out and you get up to the door, and the door is actually closed. And there's nobody under the deck. And when you get to the door, you hear talking above and creaking of boots. So there are people just above the stern castle,
Okay.
which is where you are right now at the top of the stairs. But you can't open the door in your moth form.
Well, shit.
What would you like to do?
Can I go in through the keyhole in moth form?
You can absolutely try. Give me a dexterity check. So what you're going to do is roll a d20.
That's this guy here?
Yeah. And you're going to add your dexterity modifier to that, which is right here. +1
+1.
to that.
Okay. So 19.
Jesus.
Nicely done.
Can
so
you roll
Is that
for me?
good?
yes, it's very
Is
good.
that,
So you
is that high score?
yeah.
It's not bad.
So you manage to slip through no problem. You come out of the and you notice that the wind is actually quite strong here.
Okay.
And you get kind of slammed against the kind of the wall of the stern castle.
Okay.
And you're kind of flitting around, and you try and but you can tell that as a moth up in here,
It's too strong.
it's pretty windy.
It's too windy.
Yeah.
Are you a younger moth?
Oh,
Is you
dear.
flitting?
Yes.
Okay.
I am flitting.
Like the dragon.
Was I not supposed to be a dick tonight?
No, it's good. no, it would be
I always
weird.
confuse which week it's supposed to be.
It would be
so.
weird if it would be weird. It would be
It
weird
would
if
be
you weren't.
weird.
All right, so
What is this
let's go back over here. You hear talking. That's
Okay.
your turn. Back over here. What do you guys do? She's kind of like looking at each of you and very playful. Seems non-confrontational,
speaking-
just curious.
How are the crew acting?
Yeah, that's
Give
what
an
I wanna
insight
know.
check.
Yes.
All of us?
Yeah. All of you that are up there. You're not up there yet, Roscoe.
Okay.
20.
Oh, crit.
I critted as well.
Natural 20s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Both of you?
Yeah.
Wow.
Apparently
Okay.
they know everything.
Do you wanna,
Vor and I look at each other and it's
Yeah.
like limitless happening.
Yeah, you guys can tell that everyone is on edge. Every one of the crew members.
Yeah.
Captain is a bit more relaxed, a bit more composed, but ready to pounce if necessary. You look back, and there are the 4 that are down on the deck still. They're slowly and carefully, like, bringing their crossbows, not up, but just to the ready. And so you can tell that they're not necessarily a threat yet, but they are prepared if, for whatever reason, shite goes down.
Yeah, go ahead if you're gonna act.
Don't worry, everyone. I've heard silver dragons are pretty nice, so they're supposed to be good ones. I hear.
Oi, and I back Vor on this. And have you put your crossbows down. Have you fire?
Relax. We're all friends here, I think. So, right? We're all
I agree with Var.
Cool.
Put your crossbows down. Let's just be chill.
yeah. Well, it's already cold up here. Let's just
It has.
chill. Yeah.
if I play a song, will that calm the
You can absolutely try, sir.
Okay. Do I need to play on my pretend lute, or?
You have a pretend loot?
Well, yeah, it's right here.
Oh, yeah. Didn't you lose your loot?
Well, when the Frost Giants, that whole saga with Jinx's sister.
Yeah.
Terrible time, but.
Yeah.
No, remember the girl that I went to see that gave me.
Waterdeep.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
you're
you still have that,
renting.
right? You're still good. Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So you are currently like at the foot of the steps there. Do you want to head up to the top of the stern castle and see
Yeah.
this silver
Get
dragon?
as close as possible to the fire-breathing creature.
It doesn't breathe fire.
Well, that's right. The cone of cold. Even better.
Something like that.
Let's see. Maybe I can attack the.
Yeah, we've got an affinity with silver dragons, don't we, Var?
Can you say that in front of her? Oh, do tell.
Did I? I guess I did. Can I say that? Aye. We've got a bit of an affinity with silver dragons. One of our original companions saved us by turning himself into a silver dragon, a dragonborn.
Yeah, he was a silver dragonborn.
Jinx,
Yeah, Jinxero's
a noble warrior. If you ever saw him, you'd not recognize him.
Yeah, I think he might be dead now.
I've never heard of such a thing.
Yeah, a silver dragonborn?
Oh no, I've heard of those.
Okay, yeah,
Just turning
it was
into a
the
real dragon.
first I'd seen.
Very curious.
Yeah,
Quite
no, he
curious.
did. I
Aye,
didn't
he
know
saved
they
us
could
from
do
a
that.
group of giants. He did.
Wait, are you a dragonborn?
Oh no, I'm a full silver dragon.
I really don't know a lot about dragons. I apologize. Okay.
Am I the only one you've met?
Other than Jinx, aye.
Yeah, I think so. I think that was it. I saw Jinx when he turned into a silver dragon. There was a green dragon here not long ago, and we fought it. Well, others fought it. I was falling at the time.
Farted.
Fought.
Oh, and she holds up her claw to her hand and says, "Oh, that's unfortunate."
Yes, the green dragon fought it. It was a
Yes.
terrible, terrible battle.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was green dragon, so it was pretty bad. Yeah. Yeah, we fought.
The captain speaks up. She
Yeah.
says, "Well, I think we'll be on our way. Thank you for stopping by."
Okay. Is there anything else you need from
Oh,
us?
who's the captain?
The one that just talked.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, all right then.
Okay. Is there any... Blink once.
Am I on the forecastle now? The back castle?
Yes.
Yeah, you're up
there.
top there.
You're up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do?
Trying to decide between maximize fireball or if I should just let the dragons. No.
Oh dear.
Good way to make friends and kill
Have
them.
I in my travels met any other dragons? Other than-
Have you in your travels? Give me a history check.
While he's doing that,
Green dragon, actually, just about an hour ago.
these Sirenscape effects
Yeah.
are wicked right now.
Yeah, I think they
Are
are.
you listening to this?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm there.
Yeah, it's good.
They're really good.
11 on my history, so that should teach me. I don't even know.
Yeah,
about
no,
dragons.
not really.
Okay.
No, you've heard a lot about dragons. You've studied a lot about dragons. You've heard lots of stories and songs about dragons. The first one you ever met, I believe, was the green dragon that attacked the ship.
Okay.
Because you weren't around for the
Other
second
than a past life, maybe I did I know
one. You don't remember any of those.
Okay.
With an 11.
Okay, fair. So, what? I turned to McGill and Vor and the moth that I haven't met yet, and would say, so just to confirm, there's a silver dragon on the back of the ship.
Yeah.
What have we learned about it? What do we know about the dragon?
We know its name.
That's it.
It also came here out of curiosity.
Purely curiosity.
Purely as far as we know. I don't know.
It seems rather coincidental that it just came here out of curiosity.
Are you familiar with coincidental plot hooks? 'Cause
Okay.
I'm not. That doesn't happen in games. So
Okay. And I'll
Wait
try to
a
kind of
meta game.
like lean in and whisper maybe a little bit to
Sorry.
Roscoe if
Yeah.
possible. Just something along the lines of
I think there's more to this. Maybe we could speak to her alone sometime.
how windy is
I'm
it
right
now?
here. I can hear you.
Okay. I think she wants to talk to us. Is there any way we could have some privacy?
Who are you speaking to?
whoever said that.
The rest.
Oh, it was the dragon.
That was
that
the
said
dragon
that.
that said that.
Bar, Bar.
If you want
keep
to
up
talk
there,
to
lad.
us.
Yes.
Listen, I'm not good at this,
Oh,
but
I
yeah,
love conversation. There's much to be learned.
yeah.
I haven't been in this world that long.
Can I? How windy is it right now?
It's moderately. For a moth, quite different.
I wasn't asking about half the moth. I was
Yeah.
asking about half myself.
On behalf of yourself, moderate.
Okay. So if I levitate, am I being?
No,
buffed
you're good.
around? Okay. In
You
that-
would get some movement. You would
Leeway.
just, yeah.
Okay. Again, I want to levitate up to the wherever a dragon.
Sorry, so the
is,
dragon,
or-
the dragon is actually on the side of the ship. So you're actually, and it's kind of down talking to you. So you're almost, it's just above eye level right now.
landed.
It's not.
Okay.
It's
I don't have to
landed on
levi-
this
I don't
side.
have
No,
to-
no, you
okay.
don't. No.
All right, so I'm gonna not waste my levitate spell.
And it kind of curls up on the corner of the.
I
stone
want to
castle.
use primeval awareness.
Yes.
While they're all talking, I'm
Yes.
gonna focus for about. Well, I'm gonna focus for a minute, and I'm going to. Well, actually, I don't need to do that for this part of it. So I'm gonna reach out with my mind to say, is there a reason here, or is there a reason you're here that you can't discuss open? And I'm also gonna say that this ship serves Clouth, and you can see the balloon is made of dragonhide.
Okay. Does that require any sort of roll
So it
or
says
anything?
you have an innate ability to communicate with beasts, and they recognize you as a kindred spirit.
She's not a beast.
Yeah.
She is a dragon.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to do something once we
Yes. Well, let's go back to Monica for a
Yeah,
second.
let's do that.
You are flitting around, trying to kind of climb up the side. What do you want to do? And you can kind of turn around. You're able to like hold on,
Okay.
and it kind of like slowly kind of.
Okay.
That's how it sounds.
Can I make my way to the dragon?
Yes. So you make your way up to basically like the top of the lip of the stern castle on this side, and so you're seeing the whole scene right now. You're seeing everybody there, and you're seeing the dragon on the corner, and this is the first time you've seen it. You have seen dragons because of all of your research and your travel recently regarding the cult of the dragon, but this is the first metallic dragon you've seen.
Okay. So I would like.
And sorry, give me a nature check. So your old d20, and you're gonna add your nature modifier, which is in your. So these are all your skills.
Yep.
Every time I ask you to do a check, you're gonna do 20, and nature's plus
Plus
0.
zero.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, for a druid.
17.
Well,
17.
What's your motto?
0.
Turbulence.
17. Turbulence. You know, just from general knowledge, that the metallic dragons are good aligned dragons.
Okay.
It's the chromatic ones, all the colors, that are the bad ones.
Okay.
And so you're not threatened. You know that this is a good dragon.
Okay.
Okay, what do you do?
So I'd like to talk with the dragon.
Yes. As a moth, or would you like to turn back into... It's not going to hear you as a moth.
It's not going to hear me as a
No,
moth?
no. It absolutely
Shoot.
is not. You are like, you take the form of... Yeah. You take the form of... Or you take on all the characteristics of that thing, except for certain ones.
Can I turn into an animal that she will hear me as? 'Cause I don't want to reveal myself to the rest of the crew yet.
I don't think there's
Ideally,
any of
not
the beasts
until
that you
the
can
next
turn
session,
in.
like 2
Yeah.
weeks from now.
There aren't any of the beasts that you turn into won't be able to speak common.
Bugger.
Can I help her out with this?
Sure.
You speak Draconic. Why not slip over the side of
good,
the boat and turn into a dragon?
She can't.
She can.
She can't?
No.
Druids turn into creatures, but
Beasts.
Or beasts.
Okay.
Sorry,
Yeah.
beasts. Yeah.
So
So
what
there's
would you like to-
limitations on that, so she couldn't turn into any like.
Actually,
monsters
I
or
speak
fire.
Draconic.
Okay.
I'm gonna say to her exactly what I was going to say before in
Which
Draconic.
is... Okay, wait, let Monica do what she was going to do first, and then and you go ahead.
Okay.
This is your mini when the time comes.
Okay, thank you. So the only way I can talk to the dragon is if I am back in my wood elf form.
Yes. Only you can speak to it, yes.
Okay, so then I have to go back into my wood elf form and reveal myself to everybody on the ship.
Unless you have invisibility and you can cast it yourself.
I do not.
Okay. I could cast invisibility on you, but then you have to reveal yourself to me.
Exactly. So it's just
That's not
And
gonna work.
she's not gonna know that.
vis-a-vis,
Yeah.
comportedly.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
okay. Okay.
you
I
poof back into
Yeah.
the world. Put you on the back behind Roscoe there. Hey, you want to put her on there, Brando?
think you.
Would I suddenly be aware that something's behind me that wasn't there moments ago?
You are all very aware that a
Wood elf
female
just
wood elf just
apparated?
appeared behind you. Immediately, the 4 men on the deck, which are closer now, moving like 10 feet closer, they've been kind of edging forward this whole time. Immediately, they bring their crossbows to bear at her. And the first mate turns around. Basically, the whole crew turns around and takes a very defensive, appropriate stance. I want you guys to roll initiative. Just so we can work through this. So basically what that is, you roll a d20 and then you add your initiative modifier, which is at the top of your sheet.
Thank you.
and then I'm going to call out numbers, and you tell me where you rolled with it. Okay? 25 to 20.
20.
20.
What happened?
Oh, I don't know.
So is it too late to turn my hands towards the guard and say,
Don't throw anything, you might hit us! You will be able to do that when it's
Okay.
your initiative turn.
right?
Good
Which,
Okay, so Roscoe is 20. 15 to 20.
why did I do this?
Me.
Why did I come here?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
15.
18.
$15.
For me. 18 for Miguel.
10 to 15.
C. 12.
Okay. Roscoe, you're up. Miguel, you're on deck.
Okay.
You see a wood elf appear. Somebody that you have not seen before.
Okay. I'm gonna cast on her what I was going to cast on the dragon.
Which is?
Detect thought.
Detect thought.
Yes.
Okay, you want to read that for me
Yep.
quick?
Its duration's a minute. For the duration, you can read the thoughts of certain creatures when you cast a spell in your as your action. You can focus your mind on that creature within 30 feet. Da, 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 da. You initially learn the surface thoughts of the creature,
Right.
what is most on its mind at that moment. Or you can attempt to probe deeper into the same creature's mind. If you probe, the target has to make a wisdom
Saving throw, and then you can.
Then you gain more insight into its emotional
Okay,
state.
so what are your surface thoughts? So basically, your general demeanor right now. Your what you're
Not
feeling.
Monica's thoughts.
Not
Oh.
Monica. Not Monica's.
Want
She's
to
like,
know
oh, this is kind of
Monica's
fun.
Save
Never played
that for
D&D
later.
before, but it's a good time.
thoughts. Yeah.
I want to get to know the dragon better and have a conversation with the dragon.
That's what you get. You get curiosity, is the surface thought.
Okay. Okay.
Would you like to probe deeper?
I was trying so hard
Be
to
gentle.
avoid that. Keep a straight face, and Monica made that inordinately difficult. But yes, coincidentally, in my character's role, I would like to probe deeper.
Okay. Can
That's
you,
what he said.
yeah, can you, what, wisdom saving throw? What's your DC? So for a wisdom saving throw,
Wisdom
these are all your saving throws. So it's a +6
plus 6.
to your,
My 20.
Where does it say the DC on these again?
it'll be
Yeah.
in the spell, beside the spell, it'll say DC.
Oh, okay.
You want it?
Okay.
Where's the DC?
14.
It'll be on the
14.
spell.
14.
Yeah.
So roll.
20.
You rolled a 20?
Or sorry, 14 plus
6, 20. So yeah. So she detects it. So it doesn't work, or she just knows that you're doing it.
She knows that I'm doing
Okay.
it.
So what do you detect?
what you
with it?
trying to do?
What do you detect?
Let's see here.
Saving throws are right up here with. In here, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, sorry. If she succeeds in her wisdom saving
Yeah.
throw, I don't gain any more
And she knows.
awareness, but she knows that I'm
Okay.
proving
So
wrong.
all of a sudden, you are acutely aware that the blue creature, and he has, and I'll give you a bit of a description of everybody around you. To your left, you have a tall, hulking, what seems to be half orc. You've seen half orcs before, but there's something a little different about him. His features seem a bit more sleek than most half orcs that you've seen. Right in front of you, give me a nature check.
Nature.
Yeah.
Oh no. That's gonna be low. Where's my nature check? Where's my nature
It's your skill. It's on your skill
It's
scanner.
0.
Yeah, it's
Your
zero, right?
modifier
So what is
is
it?
0.
So it's 2 plus 0.
2 plus 0. 2. So you've
20.
never seen this before. He is
Okay.
he is a blue-skinned individual. He's got markings, darker blue markings down his side of his face. He's wearing this gleaming gold breastplate with hair that it looks like almost like crystals that have grown and out of his head. And you can see that even though it's windy up here, that even where the wind doesn't hit, it seems like his clothes are always kind of slightly moving in an
Wispy.
unseen breeze. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you've seen this throughout the
Not
duration
flitting,
of this.
though.
Even under
Not
even
flitting.
yeah, even under a deck.
Where's
It's
it
the
still
same thing.
twitching? You should keep it.
In the far corner, you see someone that resembles a wood elf, and you've known wood elves your whole life. You understand what he is. Seems like a ranger, and a man of the wilderness. Then you know the crew and who they are. They're all cultists who are dressed more or less in the same way, except for the captain. looks a little sneakier. Then there was also a tiefling, which is like a half demon
Okay.
character, blue skin, and a barbarian type character who's here who shouldn't be. She should be over. They're all kind of watching what's going on right now. She's at the bottom, and then another character who seems to be dressed in armor that has kind of an Asian sort of bent on it, but heavily armored and heavily armed
Okay.
as well. So that's and the half orc seems to have a large crag cat, which is a cat from the north, as a companion,
Okay.
which is kind of interesting. Anyways, so the blue individual turns. You're like, wait a second, you're trying to, and you can tell. What do you do?
She gets a reaction. We're still in initiative.
Sorry, she doesn't get a reaction. You're right. Miguel.
I step in front of her,
Okay.
and for the most part, put myself in front of her, and the crossbow's on the ground.
Okay. Remember that you don't necessarily know who she is.
No, I don't,
So,
but
okay.
I recognize her as being Wood Elf.
There's never ever any evil
Okay.
wood elf.
So
right?
McGill rushes in past the captain,
Mm-hmm.
who has her hand on her sword, but lets you pass.
Is this the captain?
Yeah. And what do you do when you get there?
I say to the Wood Elf that has just apparated, who are you and why are you here? In Elvish.
And in McGill's voice.
Well, McGill doesn't have an accent when he speaks in Wood Elf, because that's his native tongue. That's his native tongue.
Oh,
Good recovery.
nicely.
Good
That's almost an
recovery.
inspiration worthy.
That's almost, but not quite. Because that was a cover-up, not an initial thought. Oh,
good though.
It was
good.
good.
quick.
It was
It was
quick.
quick.
It was quick. Okay. All right. So you can't respond yet.
Okay.
You can tell that the
Do I get it? I still get an act. I'm going to have a ready action
okay.
ginsuing any crossbows that come at me.
You're gonna try and
I'm going to try to.
you're gonna try and cut crossbow
Slice and
bolts
dice.
out of the. You think you're Crichton?
Yeah, slice and dice.
Sorry, that was like cross-universe speak. All right. You can tell that they are all at the ready with weapons trained, and they're staying that way. Monica. No, Vor. It's your turn. What do you do?
I figured out which the right button is now.
And the silver dragon, sorry, and the silver dragon just seems like it's very curious as to. It's like, ooh, and it kind of like comes up a little bit.
Yeah.
I'm very curious.
So I have my axe out, and I'm looking at the dragon.
Yeah.
And then back at her, and
Yeah.
at the dragon, and like. So I'm gonna have a held action to attack anyone that I'm within range of that does anything aggressive towards
Sudden.
that against any of us, I suppose.
Okay. And so what they're doing is they're using a held action. So you can hold an action. You can't hold movement, but you can hold an action for a trigger.
Wait.
But it has to be a very specific trigger that you have to kind of define.
Okay.
Okay. What do you do? You know he's
Nope.
probing in your mind. He has asked you who you are and why you're
Yeah.
here, and everyone is very tense because you appeared in front of everybody, in the middle of everybody. Pull out your weapon. Don't do that.
I mean no harm. My name is Akontha, and I'm on your ship to I don't know why. To
That's
tra-
very
to-
reassuring.
To travel to a certain distant land because I have a mission. And in the meantime, I'd like to show myself in front of everyone so I can speak to the dragon so that everyone stays calm and the dragon stays calm and doesn't attack you all and start eating your faces.
All right.
All right.
Is there any action that you'd like to take other than speaking
Um,
or movement?
I would like to.
You can now speak Draconic.
Right. So I want to talk to the dragon
Yes.
and ask her. I know that she's on here because she's curious, but if there's anything specific that she's looking for, has she seen other humans or creatures that
It's right here, you can
she's
talk to her.
curious
Yeah.
about,
Okay.
and if she has any questions for. Has she seen humans before, and
Yeah.
does she have any questions
Yeah.
for us?
So take
Okay.
all of that. Now use your Game Boys and.
No, it's
Yeah.
fine. It's
Okay.
fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Next time, it's fine.
Yeah.
I get it. So, give me a persuasion check.
Okay.
So you're gonna add your persuasion modifier.
So I understand everything that she's saying.
Where's my persuasion on here?
It's
There it
It's
is.
all
+1.
alphabetical,
Okay,
yeah.
got it. Don't tell me what to do. So 9 + 1 is 10.
Okay. I'd also like you make a perception check as well.
Okay. So 11 + 6.
That is 17.
I believe that is 17.
17?
9 + 1, yeah.
You get the feeling that there are a number of people on the crew. Almost everyone on the crew understood what you said. They all kind of are following what you're saying. You also notice that McGill kind of perked up as well, and
Okay.
everybody else is like,
Okay.
which would make sense.
yeah, everyone else is Scooby-Doo, yeah.
Mhm.
And she turns to you and she says, so many questions, so inquisitive. I could stay a while, if the captain will have me. She says this in common.
Okay.
At which point we're out of initiative. Everyone's kind of calm for the most part. Everybody has held actions if anything goes wrong. I just wanted to get through initiative on that part.
Okay.
And the captain turns around, looks around and says, she looks up at the silver dragon, she says, no trouble. And the dragon says, absolutely not. And she says, back to your stations. And everyone kind of gets back. So you can put the two guys at the front. Then the two at the top stay where they are. And the captain, the second in command goes back to the helm.
Good question.
And the captain and that other one stay up there, still with crossbows kind of at their sides. She jumps kind of off the edge of the stern castle there, off the kind of the ledge, and comes in and kind of curls up in that corner, kind of up, standing straight up, and listens.
In the same spot.
Yeah.
What's the second and sixth letters of your name?
Second.
And sixth. Are they the same?
K and
It's her name's up there.
I know, but I
H.
can't tell from here. What it
Akanta.
is.
K and H.
So
Akanta's your name.
Akanta?
Yeah.
Akanta.
Akanta, okay. Okay. So while Akanta was talking to the Silver Dragon, where is McGill relative to where I'm standing? Ahead of me or behind me?
Well, right there. He is
What are
behind
I
you.
behind me.
That's you?
Yeah.
I'm facing towards the stern. Or the bow, sorry.
You're facing the other way.
So I'm facing off.
Well, yeah, I was facing out.
In other words,
Yeah.
I
I
can't
think-
see you
okay.
where I'm standing now. Right?
Yeah, you can.
Yes, you
I
can.
can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Akanta is between you and him.
Okay. So while she's speaking to the dragon, would I have noticed McGill perk up, or anybody of the crew? Would it have been possible to notice whether or
Perception
not?
check.
Yeah. Okay. So no,
Roll it.
I did.
What do you roll?
I rolled a 3 plus I rolled a 9.
I didn't even see you roll it.
I just
Using
using my
that.
one.
Oh. Yeah, no.
Never mind.
All right. So do tell. Sounds like you have stories.
I have a few stories, but I'd like to hear your stories instead.
Oh, from me,
Yes, please.
I've only been alive, what, 20 years?
What have you seen in your 20 years? What's your most memorable memory?
That's a great question. Thanks for putting the DM on the spot.
That's something we never do.
I don't much venture south from the spine of the world, but when I do, the green fields are my favorite.
You're from the spine of the world?
That's where we are now.
Is that where you're from?
Yes, I'm from this area.
Where?
Below
There's a lot below.
and above.
That's confusing.
She's a deity. She's everywhere. I'm not a deity.
Oh, well, they tend to be above and below at the same time.
yes,
so.
well, sometimes. I'm but a dragon. But the green fields are my favorite place.
Is that where you were born?
No, I was born in the north.
Do you have lots of family?
I have some.
In Elvish, they say, how far are the green fields from here?
In Elvish?
Mm-hmm.
She turns to you, she says, sorry, I don't speak your native tongue.
Did she say that in Elvish?
You heard it. You understand.
Wait a second.
That would have been good.
Yeah.
Nudge, nudge, wink, wink, say no
Yeah.
more.
Right. Out of curiosity, do you know much about giants?
Oh, I know some about giants.
Yeah. Alright. Do you know anything about what's going on with giant kind at this time?
I know most of them are up to no good,
Yeah, we've met a lot of those.
and they don't much like us.
Where's the captain at this moment? Is she still on there?
Yeah, she's kind of sitting in the corner listening, arms kind of crossed in front of her.
Do you know any details about the disarray?
Oh, I know some. Not much.
Do you know anything about Great Worm Cavern?
I've heard of it.
Cavern, right?
I've heard of it.
Okay. Can you tell us any details about it?
I know it's just east of here.
Yes.
You're headed in that direction.
Yes, and that is where I plan to go.
So, see if you get this reference. Flip, what's in the back? Let's just cut to the chase.
Yeah. Do you know anything that's inside of Great Worm Cavern? And is there anything you know about giant kind you think might be of interest for those who are looking into the disarray?
I've only heard rumors of this so-called disarray that you speak of.
Yeah,
Don't know much about it.
I see.
Don't mix in the matters of giants.
Understood.
I try and stay out of their way,
Okay,
and they stay out of mine.
yeah.
As far as Great Worm Cavern goes, I know it is home to the Great Worm tribe.
Yeah, what are they like?
As of late, not very nice.
Okay. Are they human or
I
Oh,
believe they're barbarian, aren't they?
yeah,
It's,
they're the same guys.
barbarian.
Same guys we fought. Yeah.
Aye.
They have a new chieftain, my understanding.
New chieftain.
Yes.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What can you tell us about this chieftain?
I don't know anything else.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Is there a specific mission or quest that you're going on right now that you would like us to assist you in, or perhaps you can assist us in?
Not really. I'm on vacation of sorts.
Oh, that's lovely.
Yes.
You're on holiday.
Yes. Just enjoying my time. We live a long time. She looks at you. She says, "What about your mission? What is your mission?"
My mission is simply to be there for the universe and take care of Mother Earth and all of its creatures.
It was nice, lovely.
Yeah.
Why? Okay, so where are all of you while this is happening? Are you kind of where you were before, just kind of standing?
Yeah.
What's your general
In the
demeanor?
back there.
I'm in the same spot, still holding my axe, but a little bit lower.
I'm sitting on top of the dragon. We're just
Okay.
Hanging
Yeah,
out.
rubbing
you're just
the scales.
chilling.
and-
Yeah.
So yeah,
You walk up
you want me to put
and rub its
Jeff-
scales. Would you like to do that?
The last time that I said I want to do something like that, I didn't die, but it was a bit dicey. So yes, I would love to do that again.
So you walk up to her and you try to touch her.
Yeah.
Okay, and she kind of like curls around at you and kind of looks you in the eyes as you do it.
Is there a check for Death Wish, or is that not a?
No, she backs off a little bit, but you manage to put your hand on her.
Okay.
And she feels cold to the touch, like metal. It's like metal scales, silver metallic scales.
Are we allowed to do that?
And she says, "Oh, you're a curious one. I haven't seen many of you."
When you say you haven't seen many of me, do you mean the genasi, or one that would be brave enough to touch a silver dragon?
Bit of both.
Well, then, yeah, I am rather unique.
I'm much like you.
Well, there's much of me to like. I mean, certainly not compared to you. You're huge.
Oh, there are some much larger than me.
Oh, no doubt, but I don't know those, so... As far as I can tell, you're the largest creature here.
That is correct, yes.
Well, lovely to make your acquaintance. I'm
Well,
Roscoe.
It's nice to meet you.
I'm a toss bottom. That's my name, not what I do for a living. I'm a bard.
My name is Delanir, as I mentioned before.
Yes, we did get to that part. I just
Yes.
hadn't had an opportunity to
Oh.
reciprocate yet. So.
Right.
Lovely to meet you.
Curious.
So,
Yes.
you're just here for curiosity, you say?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
I saw you flying by, and I was flying by, and I thought I'd stop in.
So no other apparent reason, just... Okay.
Of course not.
Okay. By any chance, are you familiar with, relics? Have you heard of a relic before? What a relic is?
Yes, of course. It's an ancient artifact of sorts.
Right.
Yes.
Do you know of any that are, nearby?
Oh,
Or
I'm
have
sure
you come
there are
across
many
any in your
nearby.
travels?
Why are
You
you
know,
looking
that's
for a relic?
Well, it's a complicated story, but I suppose the short version would be we are trying to save the world.
Oh,
Yes.
Hi, don't go spilling all your beans there, Roscoe.
that's quite the task.
Yeah.
Give
we're
me
coming
a
over.
persuasion check.
All right.
These really are very good sound effects.
20.
There.
Not natural.
20?
Yeah.
She says, save the world. That is quite the task.
Well,
How do you intend to do that?
Well, as you can imagine, saving the world is a very daunting task that only the
Yes.
most brave and adventurous souls could possibly hope to accomplish, which is why we're doing it.
Yes.
I mean, look at us. We have the half-orc, we have a wood elf, apparently we have a second wood elf. Oh, wood elves are good to have in any kind of situation, as anyone would know.
Everybody wants their wood.
That's they certainly do within their elves. Hopefully not at the same time. Anyway, and then of course there's the Genasi. Who wouldn't want a Genasi in their lives?
Why, yes. Saving the world, I tend to leave that to my gold and bronze brethren, personally, but, it is very admirable.
Well, I mean, if you're bored or just curious, I suppose, well, I don't know what else you might find in the rest of your travels, but of course, saving the world, you know, it's a bit epic. I'd hate to think that you'd miss out on that for something a little more mundane.
And then what are you trying to save the world from?
Okay, well, there's this thing called the ordning.
Yes.
It's not ordinary, it's a different contraction. But anyway, the ordning is, how should I put this? So there's giants. You're familiar with giants, of course.
Yes.
So there's a bunch of giants, and apparently they have like a hierarchy or a caste system, and certain giants are at the top, and then other ones, of course, scale downwards. And for whatever reason, the scale has become unbalanced, out of sorts, as it were. And as a result, things are askew in the world. And so we've been tasked to try and bring balance back to the the
Different
It
narrative,
just
I
seemed
believe.
the natural thing to say. I don't know why.
I think what he's trying to say is the hierarchy of giants
Yes.
has been broken
Yes.
because their leader is missing.
Yeah.
Yes, that's
And
what
we're
it meant. I
trying
was-
to
yeah.
fix it.
Oh. Well, that is a mighty large task for...
Yeah, I wasn't sure if we were going to go into that much detail, but there you go. Now you know everything.
No, because you remember better than I did, it makes more sense that he tell you the story. I'll just be here for a window dressing.
I suppose. Yeah, he's still kind of new. He joined us on our quest. We've been doing this for a while now.
Okay.
He loved me as soon as they met me, though.
Yeah, he's really
And how
cool.
close are you to completing your quest?
Well, I think we're still a little ways off.
Huh.
Would you like to join us?
Oh, well, I don't know. I have other things to see, and
It's perfectly
Places to
understandable
visit,
if you
uh,
don't want to. As I said, this is a very large, complicated, and potentially dangerous task, and you're but a young silver dragon, so perhaps it might be in your best interest to not engage in such dangerous, trepidatious things. But
yes.
then again, with a lovely crew and a complement as much as we are, you probably have a wonderful adventure.
Oh, well,
If
Adventure
that's your sort of
so
thing, I
high.
suppose.
I mean, I like a little adventure every once in a while.
Well, if you're only looking for a little bit of adventure, then you can just stay near McGill, and then we're sort of the tanks. Of
I
the
am
group.
right here.
All right. Well,
We'll do the heavy lifting, and you could just walk in at the end. And what is it that you do? You're a silver dragon, yes?
Yes, that's
Do you blow silver? Can we use that in the inns to buy
and she kind of laughs it off. Blow silver. What do you mean by that?
Sorry. What is it that comes out of your mouth?
Magic, pure magic.
Oh, that's not the first time I've heard that line.
It's like you.
I was greatly disappointed the first 2 times. I hope this breaks the chain.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this. You're headed to Great Worm Cavern, is that right?
Aye, we are.
These skies can be, as you mentioned, trepidatious, especially this time of year. Perhaps I'll escort you.
Escort.
Yeah.
Yes.
Keep an eye out. I'm going that way anyways.
Just when I thought this conversation couldn't get any more weird.
We're right here, Miguel.
Captain, would you have any issue with that?
So just to check, you're asking the captain if the silver dragon were to
Escort
fly
us.
next to our ship, if the captain would have a problem with that. Well, I believe the skies are open territory. The dragon could probably choose to. Anyway, Captain, what were you saying?
I just want to make sure that they're not just going to, they don't hate,
We don't want to
hate
upset
this
them.
dragon and would want to. I mean, there's been some tension here, and I want to make sure that
Yes.
we're not
yes,
just
it's
making
fine.
decisions for
Yes,
the
Well,
whole
this
crew.
tension had been deflated.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's
okay.
fine.
Thank you. All right. It's good. I mean, we got attacked by a green dragon not long ago.
Oh, you
It
did?
Couldn't hurt to have a
Yes,
silver
absolutely.
assistant
I will absolutely help.
support.
That's the least I can do.
Thank
Thank you for sharing with me.
This has been a really weird day.
Just in the last 15 minutes, I'd say.
Well, I'll be off now, and I will
Yeah.
see you the rest of your journey.
Thank you. So you're going to
Thank
be.
you.
Yes,
Flying
goodbye.
with us.
And she kind of drops off the back of and you see her kind of float around, and she continues to kind of flit in and around, and she continues to escort you on your way.
Miguel, Roscoe, what is going on?
No, leave her on the thing.
With what?
Does anybody know what's going on? I am so confused.
Okay. What is it that you're confused about, Laura?
Okay. So
He's got a valid point.
Yes, but I'm asking him to explain, Miguel.
we talk to a ghost, find out what we're supposed to do.
Right.
We leave the place,
Mm-hmm.
and then an airship lands. These guys we've never seen before. No offense. You're new to us. This has been.
Are you speaking in front of the crew at this point?
I'm just
Well,
openly
the captain's
in front of
up there.
everybody.
Yeah.
Like everything on the table, because
Yeah.
come on,
and so we're traveling with them to Great Worm Cavern. They're bringing us because the dragon leader likes us somehow for some reason. They've heard of what we're doing, and seem to be cool with us fighting giants. And then we fought a green dragon, and now the silver
Well,
dragon
if we're
comes,
being
and-
completely
and-
accurate, we fought a green giant, and Miguel helped save you from falling off the cliff. But
right.
you're right. Other than that minor point, we did fight green dragon, and then
You're right. So
not to be a dick, but
seriously, this has been a really weird day.
And all the dies that we've had, Var, I agree with you. This is one of the weirdest.
So, I mean, am I missing something? Like, what is going on?
so let's put it into perspective, Vor. Let's put it into perspective. In all of our travels together, how many really weird days have you had? Any?
Almost
All of them?
almost all of them, but this one, as far as like how weird this has all been, this one is probably the weirdest.
So far.
To this
It's
day.
entirely conceivable tomorrow you'll forget all about today because it'll be 10 times as weird. Although,
I certainly hope not.
Yeah, I mean,
do you not enjoy weirdness?
Well, we keep you around, don't we?
Well,
I was gonna say,
weirdness and kink do sound similar.
All right, so
Yeah.
you have 2 hours or so left in your travels.
So we're still on our way to Wormwood.
Yes.
Or, no,
Wormwood. Field trip.
Nice.
No. So we need because they're short 2 men. We need 2 more that are going to stand guard for the rest of the trip.
I will stand guard.
Okay.
As will I.
McGill and Roscoe.
I will rest.
Okay.
How much more time do we have on that trip?
2 hours.
2 hours.
You assume. The captain
So-
says we're making good time. We have a good tailwind. We should be there in about 2 hours.
So I guess I'll just short rest it.
Okay. So take yourself off the deck, please.
If we had asked the dragon to rapidly flap its wings behind the ship, could that have given us a bit of a tailwind and gotten us a little faster? Or?
No.
Okay.
I don't know. I do know.
Maybe.
You do know.
I
but
do know, but I probably shouldn't
It's
tell you that.
a
Right now.
material,
Roll,
so-
but-
You could
Yeah,
absolutely
next time.
try, is
Next
what he
time,
meant
next
to
time.
say.
Yeah, yeah. What I meant to say is yes.
Well, the
you
dragon's
try.
already gone. It's too late.
It's not gone. It's just flying around.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So 2 of the crew are going to be down off the top, leaving 4 crew. So take off those 2 guys. Nilista stays on deck near the front. Nilista's there. We'll just move her
This one?
forward. Yep. No, that's
No.
not Nilista. That's Nilista. Kelvin goes
Oh,
under and
right.
sleeps. As does Kinthia, the barbarian. As does the captain. Yep. Roscoe, what are you doing?
I believe I'm standing guard. Would you like me to describe what I'm doing? Or?
I would like to know where you stand guard.
Oh, okay. Well, it's a ship, so I'm assuming one of us will stand at the front. So I'll go stand at the front.
Okay, so you go stand with
Well, there's people up
Nilista.
there.
Oh, I can't stand guard away from people.
No, where do you want to be?
Well, where do you stand guard in a ship?
Wherever you want to stay guard.
Well,
Give me
Any
a
of the
perception check.
exits.
strategic.
I'm
Give me a
just saying,
perception
the people are already placed.
Just let him decide where he wants to stand.
8.
It's gonna
Okay.
be like Harold and
With an
Kumar
8.
taking a pee.
You can tell that the front of the ship is fairly well guarded. There is a spot. Typically, they have 2 guards midship, and they have 2 guards at the back of the ship. So right now, the midship is not really guarded. That one up there, that guy up there, has to work the furnace. So move the crossbow guy. Crossbow. Yeah, you did that guy. Move that guy back. Nope, other one. Yep, thank you. Back to the furnace. Boom, right there.
Okay, I'll.
So there is a spot in the front that isn't being guarded. Nilista is just like resting and watching kind of over the bow of the ship and watching the dragon. She actually seems quite taken by the dragon. And there's a spot in the back and 2 spots in the middle that need guarding.
One of the middle spots, please.
Okay, so put him in the middle on the other side of where McGill is. Done. Okay, and put that other guy at the back. He's watching the back. He's at the ballista. Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Before I confirm my decision to stand in the middle of the ship,
Yeah.
where is the next attack coming from? Is it the back? Or the back?
Opposite to where you are.
Perfect.
Okay. So, all right. 2 hours pass. Throughout the 2 hours, the only thing that you 2 notice is that Nilista actually calls out to the dragon at one point, and the dragon kind of and as it kind of circles around the front, she calls out, and the dragon comes up and kind of flies beside them, and they have a conversation.
In Draconic.
Give me a perception check, both of you.
Okay.
Nine.
9.
9. You don't hear anything.
9.
You don't. You don't
Yes.
hear.
The end.
They were speaking German.
The end.
Yeah, you don't hear a thing. You do. They were speaking in Draconic, but it was too quiet. You caught a couple words here and there, but you both rolled 9s. So weird. Yeah, it was in Draconic, but you couldn't quite hear from the distance that you were.
Okay.
The conversation probably goes about 5 minutes,
Okay.
and then the dragon kind of flits off. And
Are you sold on this flit word?
yes,
7 times
yes,
I use it.
yeah. Well, I like it.
I'm a thesaurus. I
Yeah.
can give you a bunch of words and mean
Yeah.
flit. Or what does it sound like?
Start.
I can use words like smash, or attack,
Well, you're an orc.
or death.
You're an orc.
That's
Okay.
a good one too.
Or rocks fall.
Or rocks fall, or strong wind, rocks go off the boat,
Fine,
that sort of
fine.
stuff.
You know what? I'm gonna go flit over to the side of the boat.
Okay, you flit quite well actually. Ross, I can see Roscoe flitting
Yeah, I'm
often.
Yeah.
Kind of like my DM. I'm a flit head.
Yeah.
Oh, can I sit on the other
Shots
side of the
fired.
table?
Shots fired.
You might get hit by a ricochet. All right. So, We digress.
Right.
The 2 hours pass, and the captain calls out down below and says, 15 minutes till we land. Prepare yourselves.
Okay.
So there's a complete short rest.
Yeah, you have a complete short rest. Yeah, so
When-
you guys can use any hit
When
dice
the
you need
captain
to.
yells that out, can everybody in the boat hear? Or does someone have to go knock on the go downstairs and wake
She
people up?
she opens the door downstairs
Okay,
and she
yells.
calls down,
All right, gotcha.
and then somebody downstairs, whoever
Relays
doesn't wake
us.
up, gets woken.
Repeats
and
the call.
all that, yeah.
Okay. Very good.
So in the next 10, 15 minutes or so, everybody kind of comes up on deck and prepares. It is still evening at this point. It's probably about 2 o'clock in the morning at this stage. It was about... You spoke to the dragon maybe about half an hour, 45 minutes or whatever, and you guys kind of shared stories or whatever, and then it's about 2 o'clock in the morning at this point. And you can feel that the ship begins to descend. The airship begins to descend. At this point, as you guys are kind of preparing yourselves on the deck of the ship, you can tell that it's frigid here. And as you move lower, it gets more humid and less dry, but slightly warmer because you're coming down in altitude. But it is freaking cold up here. You guys are right in the middle of the spine of the world in the coldest part of the north.
I'm glad I've got my D20 fur cloak on.
And as it comes down, you guys kind of gather around the furnace, which gives off a little bit of heat. And Alista comes up to you with Kelvin at her back, and she says, "Well, this is where we must bid you farewell, my friends. You have your own tasks ahead. It does not include us, unfortunately. The dragon has agreed to take us with her to where she's going."
Oh, okay. It's been wonderful to know you and fight alongside you. You are both always welcome in our company.
Kelvin turns to you and says, we'll meet again.
So,
It's been a pleasure to meet both of you. Thank you for your aid in our travels.
a true honor.
Is it possible to ask where the dragon and the rest of the crew is going?
It's just the two of them.
Just the 2 of them and the dragon, you're choosing.
Alright.
Where we go is remains to be seen. Kelvin is looking for peace of mind, and I will help him find it.
Very kind of you.
Yes.
So just to check, when we're done with our current, what's the word, objective,
Yes.
how do we call you to get the ride back to the next place we're going?
Who are you
Or is your-
speaking to?
You're not, yeah.
Alista?
Yeah, the
Alista, this is not the captain speaking. This is
Miss
Alista.
Lista is the tiefling.
This is the tiefling. Sorceress.
V scare.
But
Well,
the captain speaks up when you ask this question, and the captain says, "This airship is in your possession as long as you need it to finish your. We will not engage in any battle or put ourselves in harm's way, but we will transport you where you need to go.
oh, sorry. Are we saying goodbye to the tiefling, not the
I believe that is what is happening.
not
yes.
the crew? Oh, I
Yes.
see. I
Yes.
thought the captain, the crew.
What did you just turn into?
So yeah, I'm just having
So
Yep.
long, farewell.
Okay.
Saying goodbye.
Yeah.
goodbye to sanity.
And you, okay. And so Nalista and Kelvin literally jump up onto the Silver Dragon. The Silver Dragon comes back. She says, "Well, I will see you around, I'm sure. It was a pleasure."
The silver dragon's now speaking?
Yes.
Okay.
And you noticed, sorry, I didn't say this, but you noticed that through your watch, you actually saw in the distance the silhouette of the green dragon pass throughout the night, and the silver dragon kind of came up along the side, and it kind of flew away. So you
So-
imagine it was probably quite advantageous.
Okay. For some reason, I thought the green dragon died, but it survived.
Oh,
right?
it took off.
It got away.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You heard it, and it took off. Yeah. All right. So, Silver Dragon, they get on board. If nothing's to be said to them, and they're off. You can take
Okay.
Nalista and the Silver Dragon and
Is
Kelvin off the board.
that a roundabout
Is
way of
Kel-
saying we don't get to play with Ryan anymore?
Yeah, Ryan's producing, but
Okay.
he might be back. You never know.
All right.
So might Jinx. You never know.
Yeah,
All right.
that's true.
They
That's
just come.
true.
People come and go. Okay. So you guys, the ship continues to descend for the next 10-15 minutes. And that is where we're going to take a break. If you guys want to do bio breaks, you can do that at this point. We're going to do some questions. I'm going to get rid of the airship and prepare for our next kind of area.
What do you have on tap upstairs?
Water.
Okay, perfect.
And so take off the player characters off the boat,
There's
please.
beer in
All
the
right.
fridge if you want one. Help yourself.
If I promise to make Jinx more engaging,
Yes.
there's a chance that you might bring it back. Because that was the main complaint, right? That I was just...
Oh, there was no complaint. I just thought
We-
I wanted you to play
killed
an
my
asshole,
character, Jay.
and you did. And Roscoe was much more engaging. I didn't kill your character. We did together.
Still up
No, we
Barbarella?
all did.
What's that?
We still up
You
Barbarella?
participated.
We're
Jeff.
backwards.
Yes. Cynthia is hanging out. Can
Cynthia.
you also grab me
Is that
the
Rachel's
captain?
character?
The captain there? Yeah.
Catch.
Thank you. All right. So
Good.
Is this your first time playing D&D?
Yes.
goodbye,
First ever.
ship.
Wow.
Popped
Yes.
my D&D
I
cherry.
must.
Okay. But you've obviously done accents before.
Little bit.
A little bit?
Little bit.
A little bit.
Yes.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
So yes, anybody, if you have questions.
Yeah.
in the
So
chat,
bio breaks go now quick
Yeah,
because we don't want to
um,
take too long. If you guys want to go get drinks or whatever you want to do.
grab
type
Waterloo
question
Dark
followed by
for
the
a
question.
Dark,
We're going
yeah.
to check in.
Yes,
the
we are
chat
going to
now.
check in the chat right now. If you have questions, you've
Yeah.
been saving them up the whole time. Please type question.
If anyone
And
has
your
a question
question?
for me, I'll trust you to answer them the way I would.
Okay, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes, yes, there we
I
go.
would never dream of anything
So yeah, if there's any
else.
questions, please write question in front of it.
Never dream of anything else.
Never.
And Brandon will be on the thing. If you guys want, and not necessarily just questions. It can be questions
Yeah.
about our set, questions about our game, questions about our characters. It can be about Realmsmith in general, and all of that fun stuff. A couple quick announcements again. There will be a vote later in this session, which will give you the opportunity to kind of give a bit of a plot twist or change something about the game, which is really, really exciting.
Just gonna
Take an
review
opportunity to
stations.
do
Can
that.
you get past me?
In the next 5 minutes or so, as we kind of change our set here, that is your opportunity to kind of do that. As well,
Oh, there's been a lot of chat going on.
good.
Wow, good.
I
Thank you, people.
I'm behind.
Thank you.
I'm checking on YouTube now. Let's see if we have any chat happening.
Yeah, on YouTube.
Because
That's
last game we didn't check that and we
Yes,
really
we did.
needed to.
yeah. Those of you that are on YouTube, if you have any questions again,
Yeah.
type question.
Oh yeah, when do we get more Owlbear?
Yes, Owlbear. Owlbear Part 2 will be this week. That is the hope. So stay tuned for that. And Beholder Part 4, I swear it's coming. I swear.
Yes.
Now that Todd has taken over logistics for our crates.
That was another question.
Things
will
will
we
get
ever get
so
the rest
much
of the
better.
Beholder
Yes, you will get
tutorials?
the rest of Beholder. I promise. If it kills me, but Todd is taking care of logistics of the crates, which frees me up to create a lot more, and that's why we did that. So just stay tuned. Thank you for your patience. It will come, I swear. I know there have been people who have been holding off on putting Beholders on the table for this, and I apologize for that so much. I promise we are going to try and nail those down really, really, really quickly.
And we also have a question: what material was the balloon of the ship made out of?
Yes, the balloon was paper mache. Paper mache to balloon, and then I bought basically anything that looked kind of like dragon scales or hide. It was a textured paper basically from Michael's. I cut it into the little squares, and then I glued it to hot glued it actually to the balloon, and then I spray painted it. And it's not quite the way I'd wanted it to. It was a bit of a rush build. But the ship itself is from Fat Dragon Games. It's papercraft that I built and modified it slightly. I put the sleigh runners on it and, of course, the balloon on it. And it usually has wings on it from Fat Dragon. And Fat Dragon is what we actually have in all of our crates. It's papercraft terrain that we include for those encounters. So we just wanted to show off a little bit of that here.
Krista has a really good question.
What's that?
Is so.
Krista is one of our subscribers
Yeah.
to our crate.
What other
Krista.
edition? Or no. I like this one. Question: how were you guys first introduced to the gaming community? I like that.
How were you guys first introduced to the gaming community?
Is that specifically D&D gaming or?
You
just
guys-
I'm gonna
in
say
general?
yes. I was.
You guys do that?
I
I'm
was
about
in grade 7, and my best friend Chris Surratt.
Do the dive and roll.
You were only introduced to it 2 years ago?
Yes, that's how I'm only going into grade 11. Yes. Well, grade 9. Yes.
It's the 3 packs a day that makes him look older, but
Yeah. Yes.
There you go.
Those darts. But yeah, grade 7, and he was like, "Guys, come over." And we were in Catholic school, so it was like,
Oh no, it's the worst part.
I know. This was like,
Lads,
are we gonna draw a pentagram on the floor? But that's how it was. I mean, I grew up reading Tolkien, reading Jordan, like reading fantasy novels, and just being in love with the whole idea. Reading
all the books you read
Far
when you know
Realm,
how to make friends and
yeah.
right?
All the
It's
books.
just-
When you're an
Well,
introvert.
so exactly.
Right.
You're socially inept.
So
Which
playing
is why we're all
D&D
here.
was just a natural, sort of evolution to step away from the pages and into a dark room.
No, nothing there. I can't. There's nothing funny there.
Sure.
How'd you get involved in gaming?
Okay, well, I got into game development, and through that community, I met a number of people, made some friends, and this friend I'd had for a number of years before that who introduced me to Jay.
Right.
So this friend and I had started playing D&D a few years back, shortly after 5th edition first came out, and once we met Jay, that's how I got here. Then we all started playing in Jay's backyard, which eventually became a live stream.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And I think
This very campaign.
the origin story for Realmsmith was Jason, Dale, and I talking about Stranger Things and going, "Hey, remember D&D?"
Well, hey, you know what? Like even before that, through my friend Jeff Chan, who introduced me to Jay. The reason why he introduced me to Jay is
He was the
knowing
original
that
Jeff?
I was he was
Before,
Jeff 1.0.
He's a Geoff.
Jeff,
Oh, he's a Geoff.
yeah, Geoff 1.0.
Doesn't
So-
it's a shame.
Because I was into development, programming, stuff like that, Jay and him brought me in because we were actually going to make a Realmsmith application, which was supposed to help DMs with their building campaigns and so on, and make the DM's job a lot easier. And funny enough, it ended up turning into a live stream instead. So
Yeah. And Monica, what's your history with D&D?
Today.
Yeah, today,
Yeah, I get
today
that,
is
but-
my official first D&D game, but I guess gaming-wise, I grew up with 2 older brothers, so I had the choice of being athletic or a gamer. Get up and do stuff and play basketball. I will just sit down and play consoles.
That's
Yeah.
it. That's a great. For all of those of you that are thinking about joining the game and have no athletic skills or no drive, this is the perfect opportunity to showcase your talents through the use
Although-
of wit and sarcasm. So,
Although you did play a gamer in Natural One.
I did. This is
Yeah.
very true. This is very true. Actually, true story. In the script, when it said GM, I had no idea what the term meant, and I'm like, GM? What is
The
GM?
general manager.
General? Is that a general manager? And then everyone just looks at me and does the Stewie look like, it's Game Master.
That's awesome. That's great. Am I the last one to tell where?
General.
well, no, I
Manager.
haven't gone yet. So,
I'll go.
funnily enough, Jay had been trying to get me. This is going back years. Jay had been trying to get me into a tabletop game, and I had consistently resisted that on the notion of, well, if anyone's seen Stranger Things, then you understand that the stereotypical D&D player is a 12-year-old social misfit that can't make real relationships. So you know, and I was like, I have friends, I have real friends, I don't need this. And then coincidentally, mutual friends of ours dragged me out to a LARP, and they didn't really explain what a LARP was well enough
Actually
that
role-playing.
had I known, I probably wouldn't have gone. But walking around and there's the dark elves, don't mess with them, and there's the bear and whatever. But at one point, this is in Hamilton. I'm in a forest. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. It's pitch black, and some kid jumps out in front of me, painted green as a goblin, scares the crap out of me, and I managed to fend him off with my little sword.
Lean this
Sorry.
way because Todd is blocking you.
Well, no, that was perfect. But if you could get to
Back
hear
of
me
that.
but look at Todd, I thought that was the ideal,
Yeah.
right? Sorry. Okay.
There you go.
What I was
That's
doing.
better.
Okay, never mind.
That's better.
Anyway, and I was enthralled. I said, "This is fantastic." So I went to Jay and said, "Forget tabletop. We got to do LARPing," and that's a whole other crazy story.
It is. Another story for another.
Yeah, dragons. What was it? Dragon's Bane? No, dragons.
There's Raven's Bane.
Raven's Bane.
Anyways, yeah.
Okay.
So okay.
Anyway,
so,
and then
yeah.
so then we LARPed, and then we finally awoke from that haze of unconsciousness and said we got to get on with our lives. And then
I'm pressing
said-
pause. I'm sorry.
that's fine. I'm not telling an important story. Just whatever you're doing is fine. Anyway, so then Jay said, "Hey, would you mind playing D&D?" I thought, you know what, it's a chance to see Jay every week or every 2 weeks. And that's really what it is. It's about the camaraderie. It's about hanging out with people, whether we're at a bar, whether we're trying to defeat creatures. And what started off as, yes, I'll help you out, no, I wouldn't mind seeing you every 2 weeks, has now become a YouTube channel. And this is far beyond anything I expected. This is ridiculous for a D&D game.
Yeah.
But
For those of you that can't see what he's pointing at the ship, not the Heavenly Father.
Thank you for making this reality.
Thank you for D&D,
Yes,
guys.
yes.
But as I mentioned when Jinx died or pretended to die, the thing I love about this game is that we get to showcase how you can incorporate Dungeons and Dragons into not reality, but in a way that defies the stereotypes of what D&D is.
Yeah.
And this, I mean, whether we're at a bar or whether we're sitting here together, we're having lots of fun, as you can see when we play. This is about togetherness, and the fact that we get to do it while playing a game that relies on all of us, our social skills, our intellect, and our ability to work as a team. Like, you can't ask for a better opportunity than that. And so I'm just glad that we get an opportunity to show everyone out there that watches how much fun and how cool tabletop gaming actually can be.
That is
Cheers.
Cheers.
I'm sorry.
Well done, buddy.
I'm
Whoa.
sorry that your
Whoa.
story
Nice
Cheers.
job,
Put it up. Put it
Cheers
up.
to D&D.
Put it
Nice
up.
job,
Yeah.
Bringing people together. The funny thing is, I actually had this conversation the other day, and we're a little long-winded here, but I'm getting misty. Had this conversation the other day that D&D used to be that game that would put people in a basement and make them not like antisocial, and they thought that it was a bad game because you should be out playing baseball or whatever and doing that. And then video games kind of took that over, and it became kind of a solo thing. And D&D is actually the thing that is bringing geeks out of their basements, playing video games to bring them together in front of other people. Which is
into other
hilarious.
people's basements.
Yeah.
It's other people's basements.
From one basement to another.
We have gotten a couple more questions. Do we have time for 2 more questions?
Well, I didn't tell where
that's
they
right.
asked-
You
yeah.
should. Okay.
I started in junior high. My buddy Brandon and Sean actually started a game. Some of my best memories were from that time. We played Ravenloft. We played a Top Secret, which was like a spy version of D&D, which is awesome. And we played Al-Qadim, and we played Greyhawk. Anyways, it was all 2nd edition. It was amazing and fun. We went into 3rd edition. And I still literally remember, and I'm sure everyone out there in D&D land will say amen when I say this, but that I actually remember scenes from those moments all those years ago as if my characters were doing it,
Yeah.
not me sitting
Yeah.
at a table playing a game, which is
Yeah.
so cool. And that's the coolest part for me about D&D. And then I didn't play for years, tried LARPing for a bit, and obviously into video games and worked in the video game space for a long time. And then Todd and I were sitting at a bar one time with our other buddy and said, hey, I'd love to start playing D&D again. And then literally we started a game, they rolled up some characters, I started DMing, and then here we are. So, really exciting. We do have other questions.
Yeah, so
Go
we have
ahead.
Two more questions.
Yes.
Timothy is asking, is this in podcast form or only videos?
No, it's not a podcast form. That is great idea, though. We have thought about doing that. Maybe we should do that. We are in the midst of putting them all on YouTube. We had some sync issues, so we're actually having to edit, and we lost some high-definition versions of our older ones. So we're trying to retrieve all that and put it all onto YouTube in order so you guys can watch them on YouTube at least. They are all on Facebook, even though sometimes they're not the greatest quality. They are all there, so you can go back and you can listen to older episodes all on Facebook, I think, from the beginning of our time together. There are some sync issues. I apologize for those.
And that also answered Jason's question, which was, where else do we stream?
Yes, so we
Which is-
stream Facebook and YouTube. We do have some stuff on Twitch. We will be, again, catching up on Twitch and then going full speed on Twitch again.
Yeah.
So, awesome. That's great. Back into the game, folks?
Back in the
Back in the
game.
game. All right.
Grab a seat at the table.
Yes, absolutely. All right, so we, you guys are no longer on the ship. You guys are on the ship. You guys are approaching the final destination of Great Worm Cavern.
Is this like Mount Rushmore?
Yes, no. No. Though it should be. Though it really should be.
I'm digging it. I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's a nice mountain.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so as you guys descend through the clouds, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning. There's a bit of moonlight, so those of you that can't see in the dark, don't have dark vision, you can see kind of dim mountainside. Those of you that do have dark vision can see that you are cresting the peak of a mountain. The captain turns to you folks and tells you that she is going to set down in a clearing that's about a mile off from the mouth of the cavern.
Okay.
She doesn't want to get too close, and she will meet you here in the end, but you need to, in some way, shape, or form, notify them. They will be flying around in the air. That somehow you need to call them back.
So we haven't fleshed that critical part of getting out of here.
That's why she's saying it now.
Okay.
I'll fire up a arrow on fire.
Okay, we will look for it.
I'll do a reverse feather fall and we'll just shoot up in the air. Oh wait, that's levitate. I'll just do levitate.
Yeah. So you levitate, I throw you as high. It's like,
Toss me!
Just not over the boat this
Yes,
time.
because that went very well last time.
I thought it was pretty funny.
It would have gotten really well
What,
had our
sir?
DM not been in a flitty mood.
Wow. You
I don't
just
know.
like to dance with the devil.
It
I
was
don't
actually
know what
In the pale moonlight.
It was
yes.
actually
Yes.
DM you keep talking about.
your
Right?
dice wasn't really in a flitty mood. That's the problem.
Really dice.
It is the dice. It's not me.
Blame it on the
All right. So you guys set down about 50 feet from the thing. Again, they throw over the rope ladders, and they bid you on your way.
Adieu.
They say, she says, Great Worm Cavern is just about half of an hour north of here. Mile
Excellent.
north.
Thank you kindly.
And it is cold. The wind has died down. It's actually quite quiet. Where you are, there is a clearing. There's trees in this clearing. And it's about I'd say maybe like a 50 by 50 foot rounded, somewhat clearing. You do see that there are some stone structures around the middle of this clearing.
Okay.
What do you do?
Well, are we down the ropes?
You can get down the ropes. You guys climb down?
We are.
Yeah.
You all go down? Okay, you all get down safe and sound onto the snow below. Snow is quite deep here, but you do see... Give me a survival check, anyone who wants to check.
I'm going to use Pass Without a Trace for everyone.
Ooh, lovely.
You want
Fancy.
Okay. All
I
right.
cast Pass Without a
Okay.
Trace.
Most of you are familiar with this. Is it a spell?
Yes.
Okay, so do you know Pass Without a Trace? You don't know that spell? I think it's one of the spells you can learn.
My first D&D game. Of course I know what it is.
Yeah. I think
Did you
do.
not memorize all the
I
spells
think-
that we did?
I'm pretty sure you know you can learn it. Anyways, basically what happens is you feel lighter all of a sudden.
Okay.
You're about to take you start to take steps through the snow,
Are you
and
trying to call me fat?
no,
He's not trying. He did call you for that. Yeah.
you feel the air around you almost like gravity gives a little bit, and you actually step on top of the snow. And everything around you and what you do seems to leave less of a trace than it
Okay.
typically would.
That's
You all
wonderful,
get
thank
plus
you.
10 on your stealth rolls
Yes.
from this point forward.
Wonderful.
Survival check, please, McGill.
I rolled a 13 on mine.
13?
Survival check?
Yep.
Oh, stay there.
That is a killer survival check. That is a 24.
Wow. You do see that there has been some traffic through here. Snow is falling lightly at this
Okay.
point. You do hear wind above you and through the trees, but you're fairly sheltered from the wind right now.
Okay.
There is a pathway that leads back through the clearing this way and through the clearing on this side, and these stones are about 20 feet high, and they're basically just columns at equal distances around two sides of this circle.
I want to take a moment.
Yes.
I'm going to use a minute precisely.
Yes.
Primeval awareness. I am going to search for greater and
Favorite enemy?
favorite enemies. So
Okay.
both goblinoid and giants.
Okay. Neither you sense in this area.
Within 5 miles?
Within 5 miles, neither.
Alright.
Anybody else? You guys want to do anything else preparatory before you move on?
I'm gonna get on Brux's back.
Okay, you ride Rux.
Oh, shoot.
Can I get a marching order? You guys can put them on the screen right in the middle there. Please.
I'll take Van.
Actually, if you guys put them in the back corner, kind of facing
Here?
diagonal this way, yeah. Yeah, just marching order.
I'll go forward.
How far forward do you want to go? In front of the party?
Well, they've got to be, so pass within trace, they have to be within 50 feet of me, I believe, is the spell.
Cynthia as well.
Within 30 feet. So they have to be within 30 feet. So,
Okay, so you're 30 feet ahead.
I'm going to take it, no, I'm going to be ahead 15, half that distance.
15 ahead, okay.
Scouting.
Okay.
I have my
That's awesome.
I have my bow strung.
Yeah.
I have an arrow at the ready.
Okay.
Not drawn. Not
Yeah.
drawn.
Just knocked.
Not knocked.
Okay. Then what's the ready mean?
It means I'm
Holding it.
I'm
Okay.
I'm ready to.
Okay. Okay.
It's one
You're ready to
fluid
Legolas
moving.
somebody.
I always assumed that meant knocked.
No.
At the
Roscoe,
ready.
okay?
Where's
Where's Roscoe?
Roscoe?
Where do you want to be, Roscoe? In the middle?
Anyway, well, yeah, I guess we'll avoid the obvious joke of the toss button being in
Yeah.
the rear, so I'll go in the middle.
Okay. Vor's taking up the rear?
He
Um,
does.
I'm usually told to.
Okay, Cynthia kind of works her way past you.
That's been our marching order.
Cynthia-
War and I have a system worked out.
Cynthia works her way past you. Roscoe kind of nudges you kind of out of the way, kind of grumbles off. And you guys know that she's kept to herself.
Oh yeah,
So she's
This is her clan.
Yeah.
off to the side.
No. She kind of she's walking kind of beside Roscoe, and then she kind of heads off into the center of the stone circle. At this
Okay.
point,
This way.
and she kneels. Yeah, it doesn't matter because we don't have Fizz rep, but she kneels in between the stones, right on the snow. Puts her hands kind of on her, closes her eyes for a moment, and you can hear her muttering under her breath.
Can we figure out what she's...
You guys continue to move, or do you wait for her?
Should we
I continue to
roll
move.
religion or something? Or?
I'm not interested.
Okay, I'd like you all to make stealth checks, please. You can roll. Would you like to roll a religion check?
I'm not sure it would go very well, but
No,
I'll try.
try it. You can absolutely try it.
8.
8. You imagine maybe she's praying. You've seen people do this before,
Yeah.
but you don't know what or to who or any of that.
Okay, that makes sense.
25 for me on the spell stealth. 25.
25?
17.
17?
Including
Jeff?
that.
Working on it.
It's under
Remember your
skills.
plus 10.
12 plus 10.
22.
22?
Plus your
Stealth
modifier.
Is where's your
Hit the bottom of the button.
Skills? Go in there.
Button at the bottom. You gotta bring up
Okay.
abilities.
Stealth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus 9?
Yeah,
Holy crap.
but then do you not
Plus
also...
1, so
There's that one
13.
feature that doubles your...
Plus
Plus 10.
Yeah, 'cause you
get
get another
here.
plus
do it
10
so
from
you
the spell.
Yeah, you've already.
Okay.
That's already applied that.
19.
Otherwise, it would just
19 plus
28.
10, 29.
29? Yeah.
Plus
23. For
9.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
He's
I'm invisible.
Was it
He's floating on
37?
the stone.
Is that 37?
You
on
become the
snow.
wind.
37. He's rolled 37.
37?
Yes.
We're level 8.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I did.
We're not level
Sorry,
20.
I used one of your 19s, so...
It's that
hopefully-
it's that passive that a trace.
Crazy.
So yeah, you can't hear Roscoe. Like you look back and he's pretty much floating.
He's like an SBD.
Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah.
Silent
but
but
deadly.
deadly.
All right.
I roll a
So
37 and you equate me to a fart. Thank you so much. Devaluing my momentous...
amazing.
Great.
All right. So okay. So you guys don't wait. She, after a couple moments, she gets up and continues, and she joins the party. And she walks at the front of the party, behind. She actually walks up to you, McGill,
Mm-hmm.
and walks beside you.
Okay.
She's going, hey. How you doing?
And she's not really trying to be any more silent than anyone else. Like, she's really not trying as hard as the rest of you are. You can tell she's kind of like trudging along. Like, this is home. She's done this 1,000 times. You guys move for about half an hour.
I look at her and I say, you know where we're going?
Oh, hey, this is my home.
Alright. then we'll let you take lead. I'll follow close behind you and make sure that if anyone comes around, that you're out of harm's way.
Hope you're ready for a fight. I have a score to settle.
Have you not met the rest of us?
Spend most of your time swinging, and not your sword. And she keeps trudging forward.
Are you asking me out on a date?
You hear nothing. All right, so she heads
How
ahead.
many days ago did you write that
No,
shit?
right here, buddy.
Been saving that.
That's
Are
right
you
there.
asking me out on a date?
That's right here. All right,
In case you're wondering, I'm the guy with the bald head and glasses, but it sounds like I'm sitting over here.
all right. So you guys approach, and as you approach, you see that approximately about 30 to 40 feet up the side of a cliff, you come through a clearing of trees. It's about 50 feet or so to the edge of, or to the base of this cliff face, and there are steps every 5 feet leading up to a massive cavern entrance. This cavern entrance is quite large, in fact, and it is approximately.
Holy crap, this is all...
Enhance.
Yes,
Enhance.
that's good. I like that.
That's funny.
It
Little smaller,
is.
just a
oh,
wee off
jeez.
scale.
Oh gosh. Oh, it's so hard to navigate this
Oh, yeah.
from
oh,
this
Oh, so hard.
from
oh,
this side.
mm,
Okay.
mm.
Just so you guys know at home, if you want the table that we're playing on, that is the platinum box that you have.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So from a distance, you see that there are columns. Those represent columns that lead right up. They're about 50 feet. Each one of these stairs is 50 feet of distance.
Okay.
Okay. When we get into certain areas, you'll see it a lot closer than that. There are steps leading up. You can see about every 20 to 30 to 40 feet, and there are 5-foot steps. Basically, you have to kind of climb up as you go up. You imagine if you were to zigzag, that you could get. It's like a path that goes up, kind of zigzaggingly to the front entrance.
Yeah, that's
and
weird.
these frozen. You are
What kind of lead?
frozen. What?
Zigzagging lead?
Yeah.
I'd like to apologize to the rest of the party for everyone
man.
dying.
Yes.
No. We just stand back.
It's
It happens to you.
Collateral
like-
damage for ice.
How would you guys
We've
like
already
to approach?
practiced. Ooh.
How would you like to do this?
How would you like to approach? Remember, this
Zigzaggingly.
isn't to scale at the moment, right? When we get closer, it'll be to scale.
Well,
The entrance is about 300 feet across,
Wow.
and there are these massive ice columns, 4 of them, almost like a
So, what's her name again?
Kinthia.
Kintia. We're best to approach from, I know you've got a bone to pick with these people, but let's do it where the odds are in our favor. Let's not come out and be, and allow them to take us by surprise.
Do I look like a wood elf?
Ooh. Excuse me.
If you're here to
Give me a
die,
perception check to
you
see if
can.
you heard that.
If you're here to die, you can do it on your own.
Can I roll perception too?
Yeah,
It's
If you're-
19 plus 6.
you heard it.
If you're here to die, you can do it on your own. But if you're here to win a fight, then we're here to help you.
You'll need my help.
But are you here to win? Or are you here to die?
If I die, it'll be with honor.
There's no honor in just a dumb fight. There's honor in winning a fight you can win. Have you not heard? Live to die another day. Throwing yourself off a cliff is no way to die. Going into a battle that you've got a plan for, that you can win, and if the odds go against you and you die, that's honorable. But throwing yourself in off a cliff, if that's what you're gonna do, count me out.
Much like throwing yourself off a boat.
Aye, but I saved him. And if you want to save him, then let's do this smart.
We'll see.
I feel I should be rolling persuasion for that. I'm gonna roll it.
I'm going to be flitting on the the zig side and then fling back on the zag side and then.
No, I choose not to roll.
Never mind. No, shh.
Mulligan.
Never mind.
You're a cantankerous crew on this side this evening.
This side is
Have
fine.
you met
We're
us?
so
This is
chill
Todd.
here.
My name is
We're
Jeff.
good.
We're so
We've known each
chill.
other about
We're
20
good.
years.
What would you guys? How would you all like to approach?
Is it a clear path that we're supposed to zigzag through here?
You can
that's
tell.
the way that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
we're gonna
well,
take-
she knows. Like she starts to. She seems like she's gonna take a direct path and climb.
But she's not going to take the easy route.
No. She's not taking the easy route.
Okay. She wants. So Cynthia wants to climb.
She wants to climb those.
All right. I'm gonna do what she's doing then.
What was funny
Okay.
about that?
All right, you all. She laughed. Okay.
No, I'm trying to.
When
Climb what?
So she
Okay.
gets up to that last, the last top plateau below it, and climbs up a little and takes a view over the edge. Who wants to join her?
I do.
Please don't do that on the TV screen. Thank you.
We really need a good
I
cover.
would love
Yeah,
to
we really
join.
do need to cover for this. We don't have it.
We
yet.
all going to be up on this next
Sure.
plateau?
You guys tell me. Who wants to be up there?
Oh wait.
I want to have a visual.
Can we determine the weight of that snowbank if it's going to crumble
It's
under?
not.
Okay.
This is sheer ice and snow out here.
Okay.
I'm going to climb up as well.
Okay.
You really are stubborn, you know.
She doesn't respond.
I'm sure she heard.
As
that.
you guys look into the cavern interior, thick ice hangs above the pillared entrance to Great Worm Cavern. The interior walls are covered with an icy glaze and lined with massive icicles that gleam and glitter in reflected light. The walls are too slippery to be climbed without gear or magic you imagine. Okay, they're sheer. The cavern floor is a sheet of slippery ice, flanked by 70-foot high ledges of rock. So you can see these ledges here; those are 70 feet up in the air.
What are these?
From where you can see, those are massive ice
Stalactites?
columns.
Okay.
Columns that go right to the
Can we see
entrance.
the anvils on the here?
Those aren't anvils.
Okay. They look like
If you let me
anvils.
finish my
Are they Mexicans
description,
riding
perhaps you'll
bicycles?
find
Or?
out.
Okay. Sorry.
What?
Mexican with a sombrero.
Atop the 70-foot high ledges stand two totem poles of chiseled ice with carvings that resemble winged snakes. The walls of these ledges are riddled with caves from which it seems like clouds of steam pour out of. All these little caves here, there are like there's steam that kind of constantly flits out of it.
So those are natural geothermal. Okay.
Okay.
Not done yet. Sorry. Above the
You're very
ledges,
progressive.
dug
with
into
your
the
heating
cavern
system.
walls. Above the ledges, dug into the cavern walls, are narrow, iced-over inlets that appear to be crypts, where the honored dead are placed. Their frozen corpses propped up in a standing position behind the ice. I'll show you here. You'll get a view here of the side. This is
Yeah,
the
where's
side
the
view of the
window?
cavern. And so
Wow.
that's the totem. These are the caverns on the ground floor, and then there's all these little inlets on little plateaus that, again, seem like you literally see bodies inside. There's a sheet of ice in front of them, and it looks like crypts, like they're on display.
Wow, that's cool.
And there's many, 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 many of them. And those are all these little crags kind of thing.
in the sides.
Yeah,
here?
yeah, above.
Okay.
Very cool.
They're not going to be like drags and like break out of their ice.
Drogger.
Drog. Yeah.
Oh, I hate
Um,
drag queens.
Rising from the back of the cavern is a triangular promontory of ice-covered rock, 120 feet above the cavern floor at its peak. And this 120 feet above, you can't see over or what's on top of this promontory.
It's this.
Yes, that's 120 feet up in the air. Those are 70, these are 120 feet.
So we don't see what this is.
So you don't see what that is. But you do see that there is a path up along each side, a ramp that goes up in that direction.
Okay.
I'd like you all to make perception checks, please.
We can do this. 7. I need new dice.
You know what? I rolled the exact same number as
11.
you did. 11 as well. Can you go back to the dark dice?
So
Yeah,
this
okay.
is 50 feet that we need to
I
climb
just
now.
felt that it was spent, but maybe not. Maybe not.
You want to roll and see if you get a higher than a
Sorry,
five?
what was that?
No,
This is 50
I
feet.
don't want to
sheer?
waste any.
No, that's like 5 to 10 feet. Sheer.
Okay. So which part was sheer and
Ice.
could only be climbed
So
with magic? This part here?
any
70
wall,
feet?
yeah, any wall like
Okay.
that is sheer and would be very difficult to climb without any gear. That the snow basically ends maybe 5 to 10 feet inside of the columns,
Yeah.
and then it's just sheer glistening ice.
The last, okay, so about the totem, the
Yeah.
last time we'd seen a flying snake or anything of that
Oh,
nature
yeah.
was when we were attacked by the Zentarum.
Right.
Do I have any reason to believe that there's some connection to the Zentarum?
Give me a history check.
Not that
Good
die.
call,
This
Bor.
different die. Different die. 2.
It looks the same. That is a winged snake as far as you
Nice.
know.
Dice.
All right, thanks.
Anybody else?
Can I see
Perception. What was your
Yeah.
perception?
11.
What was your perception?
Mine was like 7.
3 plus 6.
9.
Yours?
11 as well.
We suck at perception.
Okay, so you all didn't. Okay. You see movement. Those of you that rolled higher than a 7 see that there is movement on top of this plateau.
But we can't.
Just that
That's
one.
only if
Make
you
that
rolled
work.
higher than a 7. So I have no idea what's going on.
I've seen it.
When you say movement, we can just see shapes of some sort, or
Yeah, you see like a silhouette of something kind of rise and then come down.
Oh,
Does
I
it
can roll
does
for
it repeat
frogs.
that?
Maybe.
Huh?
Does that scenario repeat itself, or we just saw it happen
You just
once?
saw it happen once.
Okay.
23 for frogs.
She says, she turns to you and she says,
Cynthia?
yeah, Kinthy turns to you and says, there's often sentries on the plateaus. I just saw one to the right.
How many do you expect to be inside?
Not many. The tribe is out.
How can you tell?
I know. They would be back yet. You said you slayed Wormblood, did you not?
Hey, sorry, what?
You slayed Wormblood?
Yeah, he was the
we
the
did.
chieftain?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Well, they would still be out.
I see.
This
So,
is mostly made up of tribesfolk, common folk.
how, if you could guess a number, how many do you think would be there?
Oh, there are dozens, if not hundreds, of tribesfolk. This is our home.
Yeah.
Typically, there is anywhere from 2 to 4 sentries
So
watching the plateaus.
what is our safest approach?
There isn't really one.
Do we want to kill them by surprise, or do we want to get past them?
I kind of like.
Can you guys all give me stealth checks again? Now that you're. And how long does that last? The pastoral trace?
An hour, I believe, but I will double check.
So it's been about half hour at this point. You have half hour left.
if I roll a 1, I get like a 28. So do you really want me to roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't. Okay. Yes, I do want. Because one would be a natural one. We
30.
automatically.
31.
31
12.
with the
Yeah,
plus 10.
1 hour.
22.
Oh, 22.
What'd you get?
37.
37 again. It's ridiculous.
Why
It's
can't
high.
that be for like
It's amazing.
slaying something?
What's that?
Too easy.
29.
Okay.
33 for frogs.
Okay. So it appears that you see that silhouette kind of come back out, and he kind of like steps up and kind of looks out on the opening, and you see another guy on that side kind of look out and do this, and then kind of back up, like they're kind of doing a bit of a circuit.
The Sentinel is
You've
100,
only seen 2.
120 feet up.
70 feet
70 feet up.
up at the top of the.
How do we get up there?
You can't see from. Well, you see in the distance, far distance, that there are ramps that
I
lead
always
up
thought they were singing
the
about
side of the
Oreos
thing.
when I was a kid.
I love Oreos too!
What do you guys do?
Is there a routine to their patrol?
You
Is
haven't
it-
been watching long enough
Okay.
at this point, and you've only seen them come to the edge. It's 70 feet up, so you don't see much.
Right.
You see them come to the edge and leave.
Okay. My perception on that seeing them up there was low. Would I have seen that with my 7?
No.
Okay. So
You would have seen one of them.
So when they come to the edge, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. One. You saw one guy on the right. They said they saw somebody else on the. Sorry. You saw one guy on the right. They said they saw somebody else on the left, but you didn't see it.
Okay.
Should we wait and watch and see if there's a routine?
Cynthia.
Yes.
Weird voice.
Sorry, Rachel. I'm
Didn't
playing
sleep
her
much
like.
last night. Is it how big are the sentries? How tall? How
Man-sized.
man-sized?
Yes, they're barbarians like I.
Barbarians.
Tribal warriors.
Let's see. And disregarding the fact that they could see us approach.
Yes.
How long would it take me to get up to where one of the sentries is?
How fast can you climb? It is sheer ice.
I'm pretty acrobatic. I mean, in general, not just in the. Anyway, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So,
How far? Hang on. 31 feet. About 10 minutes? 5-10 minutes?
okay.
You assume it would be that too, if you were to like climb it.
Well, if I climb and I'm invisible,
Yes.
would that help us in any way? Do you want me to just push him off the edge?
You're asking me that if they can't see you, if that would help.
I guess you didn't
Yes, I
see
suppose in retrospect that was a silly question. But the fact that I can get past them, being
That
invisible,
almost deserved inspiration.
yeah. For not just slapping me for that. Okay, so if I'm invisible, I climb up and I'm with the sentry. What can I do to help facilitate us getting into it? Do I just push him off the edge? I mean, he's a barbarian. He's bigger than I am.
How you dispatch of him is up to you. I plan to bury a hatchet in his face.
Well, yes, but the thing is, you want to make sure it's the killing blow. Otherwise, the noise that he or she
Yes.
will make will then attract the other sentries.
I imagine the noise of tossing a sentry off of a cliff and having him splat on the ice below is probably not the most stealthy
That's
of
true.
solutions.
But when they look, they'll see there's no one here. He must have slipped.
You must be the strategic master of this group.
Regrettably, I am.
Can't you ask him to ask if your cloth smells like chloroform?
No, I don't. That only works in the pubs. You're gonna want to edit this episode. Put a 5-second delay on this one. I don't know if this one's gonna be amenable for public consumption. So
Apparently, Todd's gone.
Yes.
McGill has left the building.
he's disgusted.
Spirits
Um,
are gone.
What else could I do? Yeah, I guess I could. Okay, why don't? My rapier.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
She turns to
Yeah.
you all, and she turns to you, Vor, and she says, "What again is your purpose of being here? You know mine.
Like, in general, or like, what's the meaning of life, or what?
Why are you here at Great Worm Cavern?"
She was with us, was she not? When we spoke to the ghost.
Was she?
She was in the room.
She was.
That's
there.
how we
That's
met
right.
her.
That's right. She does remember. I'm sorry. She
Okay.
does know. And you all
Yeah.
fall to your icy graves. I'm sorry, Todd. Thanks for joining us.
Damn it!
And,
Yeah, that happened really fast.
It's unfortunate.
Wow.
Sorry.
Amazing. Out of nowhere.
Wow.
Roll
It
up
was a
characters.
good run. It was
Yeah,
a good run.
It was a good run.
I mean,
At least we have another stream. I mean,
Thank
We'll just
God I
have to-
re-rolled. I rolled that other character up.
okay.
make new minis. You're gonna have to draw new
Yeah,
cards.
yeah, I know. It's great. Whatever. All right. So, what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna climb the wall
Okay.
right after I cast invisibility on myself.
Okay. Roscoe disappears.
I'm gonna climb up the wall, and then when I get to
Which
Are you
wall?
Climbing the eastern or the western?
How close are you when you are casting this? Or doing it?
He is casting it at. You're casting it where you guys are, kind of hiding,
Yeah, I go, boop, and I disappear.
and he disappears. And where do you go after that?
I'm gonna climb the west wall.
So you're gonna start heading towards the west. That wall.
Yes, I
This is
pointed at
north?
the east wall, but I meant
This
to.
is
I was
north?
going to go on the west wall. So.
So the north wall.
Sure, the north wall.
Okay. So
West-
he's gonna
west
start
from where
heading
I'm
that
sitting,
way.
so.
Again, this is 50 feet, so I'm gonna have you just place them like 3/4 of the way.
He's here? This one?
No.
No?
What's the scale here? Each of these
50.
is 50?
Here, this
So-
could be Roscoe. Invisible Roscoe.
He gained weight.
Yeah.
Where are we putting him?
Really?
Just 30 feet.
Really?
Yeah, there.
That's 30.
Yeah, there.
Do I have a sense of where he went?
Well,
No.
you'd probably hear him once he
Well,
leaves
give
the
me a.
range of pass
What's the
without
deal with
trace.
invisibility? Is it perception with disadvantage? Can you check, please?
I will.
Cynthia.
Did you state your plan? You did. You said
I'm
you
gonna
were
go up and
Gonna-
I'm gonna murder the one sentry.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cynthia jumps up the side of the and starts to kind of make her way over to that.
This way?
Yeah.
Like on this kind of route?
Yeah, but you put her in the one beside her 'cause she couldn't get that far. She's right up against that. Yeah, there.
But she's gonna go around and kind of up that way.
You imagine. But she's like, enough of this. She heads off. What do you guys do?
I am going to continue with my stealth movement, and I'm going to take a position here
Okay.
to snipe.
Okay. Mort.
Is that within my range?
Alright, I climb off of Vrux, and we're gonna come up to about here and keep an eye on the situation.
Okay.
Can you say, like, does he have a
Akanta?
seed invisibility spell? Is that what he's talking
Yeah.
about? Then yeah, he'd see me as normal.
No, but no. Can he see when you're invisible?
Yeah.
Can they perceive you at all?
No.
What does it say?
You're invisible.
No, I know, but there's usually a check. I think it's disadvantage on.
One of the challenges here is you're going to leave the range of pass without a trace, and you'll start leaving footprints. Despite being invisible, you would
Yes,
still
that's
leave
true.
footprints.
Unless he's stealthing really well. So
Or-
his stealth is still
We're
good.
talking
so-
70 feet up
Mm.
on snow.
Well, it's just something to keep in mind.
Oh, for sure.
Right. And you would still make sound, so that's another thing. Consider crunching snow or something of the sort.
Okay, so what do you guys want to do?
Way to load up the DM.
No.
I'm gonna levitate for the first 20
Very
feet
right.
and then just climb the other 50. So.
When you
climb
got
under?
okay,
I do.
you guys can move again. Oh, what do you want to do? Sorry.
Is it possible for me to turn into a polar bear?
You absolutely is.
I would love to turn into a polar bear.
She's a polar bear.
Done.
I wish I had a polar bear.
I know.
I need to start collecting little
Is that
little animals.
Well, I guess Vrux could be the polar bear for now. Do you have
Yes.
another cat?
I have another cat.
Well, what's the spell?
I don't know. I'm just because I can druid. I can shapeshift.
Wild
You
shape.
can druid?
I can
She
druid.
She go wild
I
shape.
wasn't aware of druid.
You turn into a polar
You
bear.
totally drew to that beautifully.
So I guess you'd use the bear stat sheet then. The bear.
Yeah, just use a bear stat sheet. Do you have a bear stat sheet?
No idea what that means.
Okay.
So, just look up 5e bear. D&D 5e.
Just literally just 5D bear.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
5e.
Don't spell
five.
it wrong.
Fifth-
That's a
Fifth
different
edition.
website.
Like 5th edition. It's true.
Although that would help too. That would help too. Hey, there's a hairy guy over there. Hey,
Right,
just get a bear.
there you go. Nice. Ooh,
5E bear.
Rux is
Polar
looking
bear?
very lively today. Well, tigery.
Oh, I can give you. My monster manual's in the other room. Do you want to just grab? Or you can. I can just look it up on.
Do you have in the folder? A bear.
Maybe.
Yeah. It'll come up. You'll find it right away. Because Roll20 has like everything.
Brown bear.
But Roll20, if you want to be a sponsor, you can say all kinds of nice things.
Ah,
We
okay.
could,
Wild
but we're
shape is
not
the
gonna
future.
yet.
Yeah, let's just say there's a lot of stuff there. You know.
So druids have wild shape.
You could
Yes.
put polar bear into
This is
Moon
oh,
druids
this
can
is
wild
brown
shape
bear.
into
You know
even
what?
more things.
Go
which
back
is
to
awesome
D&D.
because they can
And just
wild
type in
shape into really
polar bear
powerful
into the.
things.
But it's not a spell. It's an innate ability.
It's an
It's like
innate
a
ability
cantrip.
twice per
Oh,
short rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Until you hit 10th level as a moon druid, then you
Yeah.
can turn
Okay.
into
Polar bear.
an elemental.
Polar bear.
But that takes up 2 of your.
Well, we had a
wild
very
shapes.
interesting discussion last time about polymorph,
Yeah.
and that what's the largest size you can go to? You could go into a Goliath, but then,
Right.
do you then have the Goliath stats? Because you
Yeah.
you take on the stats of whatever creature you.
Is it
turn
a
into.
true polymorph? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
If you're talking true polymorph, then yeah, you'd take on. So like
You
if you were
lose the ability to
And
talk.
when it comes up, that's
right,
those
because
are
you,
your
you
stats.
can't maintain.
Polar bear.
You become.
Those are now your
that
stats.
animal.
Well,
Except
if
that
you're
your
becoming a Goliath,
intelligence,
Goliaths can
wisdom,
speak
and
common,
charisma stay the
so
same.
you
But now you
fair,
take
yeah.
on his stats.
Right, if you
You
straight,
now have the
become-
intelligence
and
of
hit
a
points and
giant ape.
everything.
versus-
Once
if
you
you
use the
become
hit
like
points, you turn back into
celestial, you
be a
should be able to
multi-attack
take
and you have
celestial
lots
and
of
do
cool
the
stuff.
things that
Perfect.
they do, and depending
your
on what type
speed as
of
well.
celestial you are.
I don't think you can
40. Okay.
turn yourself into,
So
for
40.
example, a sorcerer
Swim
and then gain
Okay,
their
all right.
ability.
So all of a sudden, behind you, you hear, and Akanta is now a massive polar bear.
What the crap? And that explains the smell.
You still spit. I almost had another spit take. That's almost 2 spit takes. Okay, so let's move it
You
along.
really got to cover this.
Let's move it on. What is your tactic? We
And
need to.
Brooks is like,
Yeah.
Silent but deadly, just like Roscoe.
Okay. So what is your approach?
SBD.
Give it to me.
Did Did Roscoe tell us which way he's going?
Yes.
Okay. Then in kind
Who's
of
asking?
follow.
I don't recognize this.
Follow
one.
the direction Roscoe is going. Try that way.
Okay, so you're gonna go towards Roscoe.
Yeah, just kind of sneaking in that direction, but at a good pace
Yeah.
behind.
If Roscoe's attacking the north wall, then wouldn't it make sense to kill two birds with one stone?
Roscoe,
and go
we
south?
do-
As soon as you step over the snow onto the slippery ice,
Yes.
I would like you to make a dexterity check, please.
An acrobatics check.
Dexterity
How about athletics?
acrobatics check.
Acrobatics.
Excellent. Okay.
Nice.
25.
Okay. You manage to keep your feet about you and walk on.
Which point does
ice.
does it change?
About halfway. Yeah. About no.
Yeah, that's what.
Where that one square ends. Look, yeah, right there. Like in a
Duck.
semicircle along there.
Okay. So he's there.
I turned into a dwarf.
And it's difficult terrain, so you move half speed on all the ice because you're walking carefully.
It's really slippery.
What if
You can't speak common anymore.
if you're
I would like her
if
like
you run
this.
really quickly and then
What's that?
if you run really quickly and then slide, would you
You
not be
could
able to move
absolutely
faster?
try.
The 25 was for sliding.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so you move over to that. You have no problem getting to the foot of that 70-foot cliff.
Yes.
McGill, what do you do?
I take a position right here,
Okay.
and I have a arrow not
Yeah.
drawn.
Yeah.
And this guy, if this guy comes up to the cliff edge, he's within range.
So you're gonna fire. You're holding an action that if he comes to the cliff, you're gonna fire.
No.
Oh.
I am holding an action to see what Clamada?
Cynthia.
Chlamydia over here.
Oh my
Chlamydia.
god. Clamada? Like
Rachel
clamato?
was
Like, are
watching
you making a Caesar?
Cynthia, I'm waiting.
Salty from
I'm
the tooth.
I'm going to provide cover.
Okay.
If she looks like she's losing,
Okay.
then I'm going to fire.
Okay. So you see her kind of come across, and she is about there. Yeah. Back. Yeah. She walks to that edge. Yeah. She gets all the way over there. Unnoticed.
Okay.
Who you cast Pass Without Trace?
Yeah.
They are no longer
They are
in
out
your area.
without. Yeah.
You are just within. You feel it. What would you like to do?
30 feet.
Akantha?
You feel it. Deep down in your plums.
Your plums. What would you like to do?
It sounded so good until that last word. What was
Yes,
that?
plums.
Your prongs? Your plums?
Plums.
Plums.
Okay, what are we doing? Akantha, what would you like to do?
I would like to stealthily walk across the map.
I would now like you to make a dexterity, a stealth check
That I can do. Where's the stealth?
as a polar bear.
Don't ruin it for us.
Big money, big money, big money.
No whammies.
8.
Plus
Whole
10.
8 plus 10.
She's
Wow.
still within my range.
Well, she is right now. Once she gets there, so she passes
The
through.
hell
That's
am I
that's
for?
Rux.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is her.
So yeah, as she passes you, she gets to about right there.
Mhm.
I'd like you to make an acrobatics check. Actually, you know what? As a polar bear, I'm going to say no. You don't have to do that because they're used to
She's
ice.
got weight.
Yeah, they're
So
used to
she's
ice.
fine.
so, right?
So she is. You're just walking ahead in the middle.
Why
And
y'all call
also-
keep
Is that
calling
correct?
it that?
You were walking
Well,
straight
that's
up
an
in the
awkward
middle.
conversation.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. She's just. She starts to walk through the middle.
Scooby Doo the polar bear.
Wow, they suck. Okay, they have not noticed. She makes it all the way basically up to here.
Right there.
No, not that far yet.
This far?
No.
Further?
No. Move her up
All the way
one
in?
square.
Just the tip.
One square. Further. Thank you. How about that?
Perfect.
Okay, Roscoe, you are at the bottom of the. Are you going
I
to attempt
am.
to climb? It's going to take a
Yes,
couple minutes to get
but
up
I'm
there.
going to cast Levitate first.
Yes.
So go up 20 feet.
Yeah.
And then start climbing.
Okay. It is very difficult without any climbing gear. It's like just sheer. You get up there and you're like, shh.
Did I not mention I had pythons and rope?
You do
Yeah.
in your equipment.
Sure.
Shall I look it up in D&D Beyond?
Yeah, let's do that. Pretty sure I have climbing gear of some kind.
I do.
I think I restocked when I was at one of the stores. Hang on.
Gunny has Titans.
So now you are 20 feet up, doing one of these.
Wait a minute. I thought I
Doggy
had.
paddling.
Let me just take a look and see what I got in my skills.
Is there any slope to that wall?
It's sheer.
just sheer.
It's sheer ice. I mean, there's some plant handholds and stuff, but
Still, it's like
Yeah.
nothing helpful.
It's all ice.
Can I use my fishing tackle?
No.
Sure.
You can
You can go
absolutely
ice
try.
fishing. Yeah.
I'm
If
going to
I
say no
cast
on that one.
my rod
Yes.
up
Oh my
50
gosh.
feet.
But
Your
what test?
rod.
What
Yes.
test is
Okay,
that
you're gonna
fishing
try-
on?
50-pound lead is heavy duty.
So you're gonna cast your fishing rod.
I'm gonna tie one of my caltrops.
Yes.
To the little spiky thing.
Yes.
And I'm gonna launch that
Yes.
up the. I'm gonna launch that further up
Yeah.
the ice, and
Yeah.
the caltrop's gonna stick into the ice, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna reel myself up, pun intended, using my rod and reel.
Now, you can only levitate, so you're attempting to pull your full body weight after that 20 feet
Correct.
using.
My
I'd like
50-pound lead.
I can't believe we're doing this. I'd like you to roll a dexterity check to try and affix the caltrop to your fishing line with disadvantage, because that's not what it's meant to do.
There's no fishing in our game. This is that I've repurposed it.
Fishing lines are meant for hooks, not caltrops.
Well, the hook. Okay.
Well,
whatever.
you just
That's
roll
fine,
it.
It's fine. It's fine. What am I doing?
With disadvantage, 2d20.
Oh, that's not that. Skills. Sorry. Dexterity. Abilities. There we are. Dexterity. Okay. All right.
I'm so glad I'm not. The
Oh! And Michael Kramer says you are also now visible because both are concentration.
Who's Michael Kramer? Who the hell is Michael Kramer? Stay out of our game, Michael Kramer.
Damn it, Michael!
Is that on YouTube? Facebook? I don't.
Are they both concentration, Jeff?
Welcome, Michael Kramer.
Invisibility. I don't think it's a concentration spell. Hold
It
on.
sure is. I'm sure it is. And so is.
Screw you, Michael. It's a touch. It's a touch spell.
Yeah, but it probably says concentration.
Where would it say that it's? Show me where it says that.
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah. Mentions nothing about concentration here.
One moment, please.
Uno momento, por
Stand
favor.
by. Because Thanks, Michael.
Thanks, Michael.
Yeah.
It
Everyone
says
loves
welcome.
back-
Concentration up to an hour is invisibility. Levitation?
Yeah. All right. But
Levitation's
levitation's just a.
Life
It's a
is your creation.
thanks.
All of a sudden,
Levitation
you
is
see
Leviosa.
a fully visible Roscoe pawing at the side of this
Yeah, but levitation
and
is
begins
it's
to
a
pull out
racial
his
trait.
fishing pole.
It's a racial trait.
And
affect my
thinking he's
concentration.
still invisible, starts to affix something to his fishing line halfway, or not halfway, 20 feet up in the air.
Levitation should not affect concentration.
It does. It's a concentration spell.
But it's a racial trait. I get it for free.
It's still a spell, though.
I don't have to use concentration.
No, it's still a spell.
Oh, I'm
It's
sorry.
per, it's per the rules of the spell.
Okay,
But
that's
it's-
fine.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
the benefit there is you don't have to use.
What
the
are you trying to
spell
do?
slot for it, I think.
Oh,
Ooh.
he rolled a natural 20
Once per.
and a 3. So you have really, there is no ways you can put this fishing line
Take yours.
down. Yeah, it's very, you're having a very difficult moment
Yeah.
trying to affix this caltrop to your fishing line. Okay, Cynthia begins to climb that rock face.
What's gonna do here?
I got your back, Anthea.
She's having a hard time getting up.
She's here.
Yeah,
Okay.
but you can see her start to climb it. Okay?
With her ice picks.
Yeah. McGill,
I'm waiting.
you see one of them come to the edge and start to look over.
At her?
You don't know. They just start to look over in her general direction.
I wait. I hold. I hold to see what he does.
Okay.
Alright. I'm getting on Vrux's back, and we're gonna start sneaking up this wall.
Okay. Give me a stealth check for Rex.
Crit.
Fail.
No, 20.
Nice. Rux is. This is his. This
The
is
assumption would be a fail.
This is his home
it's
turf.
Rux, right?
He's good to go. No
Alright.
issues there.
So he's, yeah,
You will
In
be
his
passing
domain.
inside of my spell.
pass without a trace.
Yeah.
The natural
that's-
20 doesn't matter.
With a, yeah, with
Yeah.
a nat 20 is good.
Can you replace
Right.
Roscoe's invisible self with his visible self?
I can.
Thank you.
Look at that. You lost weight too.
Boo boo boo. Boo boo boo.
Yeah, I'm not a dwarf anymore. That's why.
You see on that side another sentry come to the edge, and he starts to kind of look around.
Okay, so I see him looking around. Do I see any alertness on the sentry?
From this distance, it's hard to tell. Unless you give me a
Body
perception check.
language? Yeah, I want to do a body. Yeah.
75. Oh, 15. Sorry.
That is 21.
Okay, so you see him look side to side like this, and then he starts to look over.
Okay.
Split second.
I'm going to hold that action.
Hold what action?
I have now transferred my attention to this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Can I cast something in this moment?
Cast? Yeah.
Cast Hunter's Mark.
Okay. All right. Cast Hunter's Mark. He's now marked. What would you like to do?
Since I'm a polar bear, is it possible for
What was
me?
your stealth? Wasn't very good, was it?
No, it was horrible.
Okay.
Is it possible to use my keen smell to see if there's any other creatures in the immediate vicinity?
Do you have? Does it say anything about keen anything? You have a perception +3, so I'd like you to make a perception check. Oh, keen smell. What does it say?
Yeah.
The bear has an advantage on wisdom perception checks.
What? Okay. So do a perception check.
Okay.
Add a 3 to it. Roll it twice. Take the highest.
Yeah.
Uno. That's 9.
Okay. Next.
Dos. That's 6.
9 and 6. So 9 plus 3 is 12. You smell human
Just human.
at this point,
God, they
and
smell
that's
disgusting.
pretty much it.
Humans are disgusting.
They're
Says the polar bear.
They're so filthy. I can at least clean
So are you going to
myself.
continue moving?
I'm going to continue moving.
Okay, move her one more
Get
no,
deeper
not that
into
much.
the cavern.
there. Yeah. No, not that much. Thank you. Jeez.
Too much. Take it back.
Well, she's got a movement of 40. She was here, so she should here to
Dude,
here.
just
should put her
leave
there.
it. Jeez.
This is what every other Monday, this is what I put up with.
I have 2 kids. I put up with it all the time.
Are you calling me a child?
Jeff, why would you say something like that?
Okay.
It's in my nature. It's what I'm like.
You notice that sentry looks over. He notices the bear, and he puts his hand up to his face and he goes, "Bear approaching."
I had no opportunity before you yelled.
You do right now.
I use Elven accuracy,
Mm-hmm.
and I fire an arrow.
Okay.
Make it count.
14 plus 6, so 20 to hit.
Okay.
I
To hit?
am. Yeah. Bring me back, Maria. No. 21 to hit. So hit D8 for damage. That is 10 points of damage.
Okay. Arrow comes up and right through the cloud, like through his shoulder, and he screams out as soon as he yelled "bear," and he looks over and he looks right at you.
So that was just a held action. I don't get my bonus action.
Roll initiative.
Roll initiative?
Yeah. Everyone roll.
So if I cast invisibility and then I do any other spell before that duration's up, it breaks that spell.
Yes.
that?
Any other concentration?
Only
Oh,
concentration.
okay.
Yes.
Well, let me see if I have concentration spell.
roll initiative first, though. That's what we're doing now.
Why would I do that?
Because that's what we're doing.
I
now.
can't do anything. I'm in the middle of a cliff. What, you want me to just attack the ice? With my
Regardless.
Okay,
Regardless.
20 to 25.
Yes.
What?
22.
Anybody else? No. Okay.
Oh yeah, 20. Kidding.
Oh dear. 15 to 20.
Here.
What?
17.
And Vor
15.
15.
Both of you are 15.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys decide who goes first.
You first.
Is that why you both said 15? Because you both got 15?
Roscoe, what was it?
17.
17.
17.
Yeah, it's because I got a 17. That's what I said that.
Rock's got 10. But he's on me anyway, so it doesn't matter.
So you got a 27 then.
So you have to wait for Vrux to move.
No,
You have to hold for him to move.
Well, normally
want
he
him.
would be part of my initiative.
Yes,
would
you
we,
would. Yes,
would
you
we
would.
just do it that way?
Yes.
Okay.
Vor is after. Okay. Okay. McGill, you're up.
Okay. I am going to fire another arrow at that guy.
Okay.
I have advantage
You
on
see
my
blood just.
Yeah, I have advantage on my roll, and I can still. Elven accuracy is just a thing.
Okay.
So
You get it every attack.
It says specifically, whenever you have advantage on an attack roll, using one of those modifiers, you can re-roll one of the dice. So probably didn't have it on the last roll because it was just a held action.
Yeah. Well, only when you have advantage. So whenever I say you have advantage on this, that's when you get to reroll.
I have advantage on this attack because part of my ranger feats,
Yeah.
natural ranger feats, is I have advantage on creatures who have not yet acted.
Right.
So I have that once per turn.
Yeah.
So on this one, so the last one was kind of
If they're studying
Okay, that's
to be an
fine.
actor
Just
but
do it.
haven't acted,
Yeah.
they're still.
so that is a
Very
26 to
Okay,
hit.
that's a hit.
I'm gonna use Elven accuracy.
What
Well, no, I
range
don't.
are you at right now?
I'm within range.
No, I know, but what's your top range? And
Uh,
what's the lower number and the top number?
150 is the lower, so that's accuracy. That's within range.
Okay.
And then the top numbers.
Okay.
So I hit.
Okay.
26 to hit.
Yeah. I would say that
Uh,
it's.
So now Hunter's Mark is in effect because now he's
Okay.
below his hit point maximum.
Okay.
And I believe Hunter's Mark adds and Colossal Slayer.
Okay.
Wow. So,
That's
moral of the story:
4?
Rangers roll everything.
If this guy doesn't die now, like.
Just
He's already dead.
Okay.
yeah.
Oh, he's already dead.
Yeah. You hit him right through the cheek,
Wow.
and his head
that
flips
was
back,
womp womp womp.
and he. Well, he just took so long to explain all the damage.
Nice.
Okay, so one is down. The one that was looking over the side here does not move yet, but obviously notices you. And he takes out a spear.
Wait. That was only one shot.
Yeah.
Can I still have a
You sure
bonus
can,
action?
just make it.
Okay, so I transfer
Come
Hunter's
on.
Mark to this guy, and I'm gonna fire.
Oh, that one's dead
You can
too.
transfer in the same action that you cast it.
Let me
It's,
double
it's a
check.
bonus action, I think.
You only get one bonus action per turn.
Okay, so I can't, but
No.
I'm gonna fire on the other guy.
Okay.
So, just a regular roll. That is a 17 to hit.
I'd say that is a hit.
Okay, 1d8. That is 7 points of damage.
Okay. You absolutely hit him. You're not sure, somewhere in the torso. From this
Okay.
distance, it's hard to tell. How many points? Sorry.
7.
For damage?
Okay. Who is next? That guy gets an arrow in his chest, and he kind of backs off, holding the arrow, and he reaches down, and you see him pull out a spear above his head. He does not see Cynthia yet, because he's focused on you. But that spear is not going to reach, so he turns to the polar bear, and he lets one rip. That is a 16. Does that pass the polar bear armor class?
It does.
Polar bears
Twelve.
armor
That's 12.
Okay. And the spear is going to do 1d6 plus 1 damage. That is 6 points of damage with the spear. The spear hits you in the side. So you take off, you have 42 hit points, so you get 6 points off that.
Okay.
So
you're
just
down to
click the
30.
box and it'll.
He won't. No, you can't.
Oh, she
Oh,
can't.
okay.
No,
No.
no.
Just
So,
take note of it
minus
somewhere else.
6.
Do you want to pencil?
Okay. Yes.
Just to check.
Yes.
Do you
I love
want
that. I
us?
love when you
Don't
start.
write on your tablet.
Yeah.
I can't do that.
When we're taking damage, do you want us to cry out in pain when it happens? Or,
If you
Yes,
feel that
yes.
you should.
or is it just when we're polar bears?
Oh, just when you're polar bears. Just when you're polar bears. Okay. And he backs off, and you can no longer see him. Vor.
Yes.
You
All
saw
right.
one die.
Yeah.
You saw the other get hit, and he backs off.
All right. So we're going to dash along the side of the wall to try and catch up to where Roscoe is.
Okay.
So Rox has 40 feet of movement, so that's going to be 80 feet. So from here, that's what? Because each of these is 50?
Yeah.
How about diagonal? That's not, right?
Yeah, it's a bit more, but yeah,
Okay.
more or less.
So we'll say 40 makes it about half there, and then another 40 is probably about there. Is that
Okay. Yeah,
fair?
that's good.
Okay.
Okay. And you're not stealthing at this point because you can only move half distance when you stealth, right?
At this point, no. I don't
Okay,
think
you
there's
just
any
out.
point.
Go, go.
Yeah, I just
Okay.
saw all this go
Across the
down,
ice.
so like,
How does that go?
Like that.
yeah.
Like a train crossing the track?
Yeah.
Yeah, love
exactly.
it.
Okay, next is Vor. You went.
Yeah.
Akantha, you're up. Roscoe,
Yes.
you're on deck.
Is this a kraken frozen in the ice?
No, it's not. It's the part of the North Arrow.
Oh, okay.
It's a
Is that-
caramel swirl, actually. So.
I would
Oh,
like to get
delicious.
further.
You
deep
can
in
take a dash action if you want to run for it.
Okay.
You can take a dash action, which is a double movement. So you can double move if you want to go 80 if you want, but then
Okay.
you don't get an action.
But then you get 80 feet, so.
Yeah, let's try that.
And you're a polar bear. What are you going to do? Right.
I wanna get deeper into the caverns.
Yeah.
She
Go
wants
as
to
deep
poke
in that
deeper.
hole as you possibly can. That's right. Can't say I blame her.
Mm.
So do you want to move the bear 80 feet?
80 feet?
I gotta remember to change people's cards because
All right. Okay. So you move 40, then you move 80. So you move 80. So that's 50. Then another 30 or so there. Okay.
Where's that?
Hey,
That's me.
you tell them to shut up. We're in the middle of something right now.
This is arguably as important. Just,
This little switch here. You can
what's
just,
the,
yeah.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
I
that's
yeah,
will.
that, yeah, that turns it.
Right.
That mutes it.
I hate doing that because I always forget. I'm like, why does no one call me?
There's other reasons
No
for
one
that.
likes me. That's right.
All right. So, okay. So you start ahead. You have a spear sticking in your side currently as a polar bear, but you don't have opposable thumb, so you can't remove it.
God damn those opposable thumbs.
Roscoe, you're up. McGill, you're on deck.
It hurts so bad.
Roscoe, what do you want to do?
Is your team?
Sorry, is my
Oh,
is my
yeah.
player character thing gonna show up there when I play?
Well, here's okay. Moral of the story: I'm not as good as Ryan.
You're also playing at the
In
same time.
that
It's very
very
difficult.
narrow
I'm
respect,
trying to
you
pay
are
attention
far
to the
better
game.
than Ryan
I want to respect the
otherwise,
DM
so.
here and the team.
Sorry, Ryan.
And the team. Go team.
Okay,
Yes, go
so which of the Sentinels which of the Sentinels was killed?
Maroon.
The one above you. There was one above you that got shot and killed.
Okay. So when I was standing out here, how far up that ledge past where the this is where the Sentinel is?
Yes.
Sentry, whatever. How far past that could I have seen?
Not. You're basically looking straight up. You just saw him look
Not
over.
now.
Blood splurt.
Not now.
Before.
When we were standing
Not very.
before. But maybe 20 feet in? 30
Yeah,
feet
but
in?
it's you can see the ceiling really. You couldn't see the ground at all, right? Like you can see a little bit further, but it's 70 feet in the air. That's pretty high.
Okay.
You can basically just see the top of it when you looked over and then come back from the vantage that you were at.
All right. So I'm going to dimension door myself up where the sentry was.
Can you do that if you don't know where you're going? I guess you could dimension your door. Okay, yeah.
I can just say 200 feet or 50 feet up and
Sure.
drop and hope that I don't land on stack lights.
Sure.
Yeah.
Acolytes?
Yeah. Okay.
That's
So how does
Stagnomites?
dimension door work? You just zip out and zip up.
That's
What's
it.
the distance?
Up to 500 feet in any direction.
Holy crap. all of a sudden
So
you
you know
see
what?
Roscoe.
Let's say I'm gonna go 70 feet up, and let's go 70 feet down. See what happens.
You again, you have to be able to see where you're going. So the only place you've seen is basically just at the ledge. I think,
See.
unless that's Misty Step.
I believe it is Misty Step, but let's just take a look.
What do you think it is, Monica?
McGill, are you ready to go?
I'm ready.
I think
Okay.
it's time to
It
dance.
can be a place you can see, one you can visualize, or one you can describe by stating distance and direction. So you can say this way,
Okay,
this
so you
way.
can say you imagine that you could appear 70 feet that way. Okay, fine.
You can
So
move
you
diagonally.
you go out and then and then you move 70. That's about 70. Yeah. Well, actually, it's another 50 feet up.
Yeah.
But you're 500 feet, so it doesn't
I
matter.
said 70 and 70.
Okay, so you're 70. Okay, so you plop down. You're about 50 feet, and you're like, haha! And you look down here, and you can see that you can see more of this. You can also see the edge of some sort of structure, just at the top of this promontory, around this area.
Okay.
You
And
see that.
these, to the best of our knowledge, are crypts.
Yeah. So from here, you look up, and there's a couple. They're like maybe 20 feet, and then 30 feet, and then 35 feet, whatever. And you
Right.
can see that there are frozen bodies in these crypts, lining the.
Is it obvious that whether they have jewelry on the bodies, or are there sacks of gold that in tribute near the
You
bodies?
see some glints, but it's hard through the
Rob,
ice.
people?
All right, so
I
but
don't care. They're dead.
you appear, you turn around and look back,
Yeah.
and at the totem pole, there is another tribesman with a
What?
spear,
Since when?
with a spear,
Just
Yeah.
happened.
and he turns towards you
Lovely.
with his
Just
spear at the ready. You can still move. I don't think Misty Step takes up your move.
I don't have Misty Step.
Not Misty Step, Dimension Door.
Yes.
So you can still move, I think,
Yes.
right? Imagine he just cast a
I
spell.
believe so. Yeah. It's just your
Across
action
the
to
way,
cast a
you
spell.
see another. So there's a dead guy there. Guy that turned to you. You can see that there's another guy crouched down like this, and he's got a spear at his side on the other side as well, facing. And
If
he's
I
kind of
pull
waiting.
out my bow and knock an arrow, that's my action, right?
You have
No,
no
that's
action.
a
You
free
you,
action.
you cast on your action
Oh yeah.
because I
yeah.
think Dimension Door is is a full action.
Is it?
That would
Must
make
be.
sense.
So then you can only move at this point if you want to move.
Yes, right. Okay.
What's he pulling out? I didn't catch that.
Doesn't matter. I could explain it, but it would take too long. So. Then I'm going to run in the opposite direction
You're gonna run in the opposite direction.
of the gentleman holding the spear.
Okay, so you're gonna run that way. What's
Yeah.
your full movement?
30 feet.
Okay, so you move him 30, probably to the other corner of that same. Yeah,
Mhm.
there. Yeah. Okay, so you start. you turn around and you start
Hoof
to
it.
hightail it. You hoof it. All right. At this point, actually, I can put
Through the snow.
tribesmen.
Oh.
So put one tribesman by that totem over there, and put one tribesman at that.
So
totem.
now the tribe's going to come out.
Yeah.
Because you know, if he'd been there the first time,
Yeah.
I might have chosen
Well, you
my
wouldn't
action
have seen
a
it
little
before you did that.
different. I would have gone 300 feet.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So who's up?
Miguel.
McGill's up.
Can I see him
No,
when he steps out?
no, he didn't step out.
He didn't step out.
No.
I'm gonna take a dash
stepped out.
action.
Okay.
So that's 70 feet.
Okay.
So that's 40 because
Sure.
I was at this end,
Sure.
and to about there.
Yeah. Sure. That was a little suspect.
I
but it's
reach
okay.
into my
Yeah.
bag and I've got my grappling hook.
Okay. You're gonna throw. How long's your rope?
Oh, I am totally buying a grappling
50
hook
feet.
if that's how we do it.
No, I've got 2 lengths. I've got 100 feet.
You have a 100-foot rope as well,
No, I've got like
2
2
lengths of
lengths
50
of
foot.
foot.
so you have to tie them together before you throw it.
In the past, I
No,
did.
you didn't. Okay, so you start to do that. You start to tie your ropes together
Nice.
Okay, I will do that.
in your next turn. Okay.
No, I have long strides, so that is a bonus action.
You said dash.
Long stride gives me the dash action as a bonus.
Okay, so now you
So
have an
now
action.
I have an action. I'm gonna tie the 2
Okay, give me a
lengths
dexterity check.
together. 18.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm
You
pretty
feel like it's a
certain.
fairly sturdy knot. Uh,
19.
This tribal warrior chases Roscoe. He closes the distance about 30 feet, and lets the spear loose.
Uncanny dodge.
What? Can you uncanny dodge? You can't. Get out of here. That was very convincing.
Vicious mockery.
That was very convincing. What is your armor class?
That's a good point.
Is it better than a 21? No.
Well, hold on. I had 8.
Vicious mockery is a reaction.
That's true. Okay.
How does vicious mockery work?
I insult him.
Yeah, I know, but it has an effect.
Yeah, it does.
Jeez.
Well,
You take 7 points of damage
okay, that's fine.
in your back as a spear gouges your side. Goes through
Okay.
into the snow before you. If you want to vicious mockery him, look it up and let me know what happens
Later, yeah.
after Vor goes. No. This tribesman, you can't see him. You don't know what he does.
70 feet's pretty high.
Yeah, okay, go. Oscar. I mean, Vor.
All right, so
Count that you're on deck.
I don't know he's there, right? So
No.
okay. Well, I can't get up here by any means that I have, so I'm gonna have to continue my dash. Just up to about there. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's all I can do, just so people know what my character looks like. He's him. I keep forgetting to put him
It's
up.
all good. It's all
There you
good.
go. That my turn is done now. Thanks. All right.
That's great. Yeah.
If I had said cutting word, if
Yeah.
I had used cutting
Yeah.
words while just before the guy attacks me,
Yeah.
And I use a 1d8 to subtract from his attack roll,
Yeah.
is that the damage roll or is that the
Attack roll.
The attack roll.
The attempt. So he may not have hit you. Do you want to do that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, let's roll it. 1d8 plus 1.
Can you go 1d8?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
1d8 plus 1.
That's a lucky D8.
Is it?
You rolled a 1. So 2. No, that would have been enough. Because what's your armor class?
So
18.
lucky.
Minus 21.
Good luck,
minus, no,
bad luck.
just-
I didn't
just-
specify.
Right?
Just 7 points of damage.
1! I could have had a 2, I would have been fine.
What would you have said to him, by the way?
I would have said.
Yeah, what'd he say?
I would have said. Do you know what you get when you cross a barbarian with a pig? Nothing. There are some things even a pig won't do.
Ouch.
Brouch.
Words cut.
Oh yeah, I do.
They hurt.
All right. Akanta, it's your turn. And Roscoe, you're on deck.
How much further can I go into the
You can go another, if you want,
80 feet?
80 feet.
Alright, so that would be what, up to here?
Sure. Now this is okay. So now I can move this a little. I don't want to necessarily do that. This is
This
the
is
ramp
where you
going
wanna
up.
go.
This is a dead end. Yeah. As you start to pass these caves, you see like a face every once in a while kind of dart out. Like you see a little child's face there, and then comes back in.
That's creepy.
It's like a light-skinned,
Children, man.
red-headed kid. Kind of peeks out and goes back in and
And
disappears
he's a
into the fog.
ginger?
He's probably a left-handed
Even
kid.
creepier, man.
That's so creepy.
Nothing
Um,
freakier than
Am I
you,
allowed to
ginger.
make contact with him? Or it's just something that I see in the corner of
Just
my eye?
something you see according to your eye.
Okay.
You can go towards that if you want, or you can continue up the ramp.
Sure,
Yeah,
why not
'cause
go
the
towards
ginger
it,
kid's gonna love seeing a polar bear.
right?
Yeah, they're like.
I'm gonna...
Yeah, it's like a
Not-
Coca-Cola.
Okay, so you go towards that cave.
Yes.
Okay, so you make the distance. So instead of going up, you stop kind of midway, and you make it to the edge of that cave entrance.
Right there.
You can put yourself at the cave entrance. No,
Okay.
here.
No,
that cave. You go towards the cave, right?
Right there. Yes.
Okay. Okay. That is your turn.
That is my turn.
Roscoe, Miguel, you're on deck.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm gonna turn back to the fellow with the spear and cast polymorph on him. Wisdom 14 is what it needs to be.
He does not.
It's not beat it?
No.
Okay. I
What
turn
did
him
you-
into a fly.
Okay. All right. He's a fly. Oh, that was weird. A fly flew right by my head when he said that.
See, I've killed like 3 flies. It's not too bad.
Yeah. That's it.
Okay.
So now he is no, and now I sprint down the rest of the hallway, or the rest of whatever action I have.
Okay.
So
All right. Move him another. Yeah.
60 feet?
If I kill the fly, he'll return to his natural form.
Yeah, he's got like less than a hit point as a fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have to then spend like.
You
20
turn
minutes
back
chasing
and you see the fly starting to like do one of these, like just kind of like not doing very well in these frigid temperatures because
Yeah.
flies don't live
Screw
up here
him,
really.
so.
So you imagine he's probably not going to last very long in this form. McGill. Okay, give me a attack roll with proficiency but no pluses.
With proficiency.
Give me an athletic check.
Athletics.
Still athletics instead.
Nice.
19.
Okay. You get up top. It.
I start to like I launch.
Okay. And you move half the speed because difficult terrain up the side of a.
I do not,
Why?
because I'm immune to difficult terrain.
Then you don't. Then you move. How far can you move?
I can move. I can
Right.
take land stride as well, so I can move 70 feet. I can get up to the top of that cliff.
No, you can't, because
This
you
is
are
true.
40 feet off
Okay,
the top of the
so
cliff.
I'm halfway up the cliff.
Okay, so you move 40 feet. You throw up the grappling hook. It goes. You move another 30. You have another 40 to go.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm halfway up.
The fly continues to kind of try to survive and fly and is very.
you had one
confused.
roll. There you are.
I killed 3 of them.
One job. Stay there.
Come on.
You see the tribal warrior poke his head out as you're climbing, and he looses a spear down towards your direction.
He loses it.
That one?
That's
Yeah,
sad.
loses.
it.
I'm pretty sure a 21 hits. 22
it hits something. It's not going to hit me.
That's 2 points of damage as it kind of flies by your shoulder, taking out a
Okay.
little
I got it.
nick in your skin.
Nick.
Okay. Boar
Do I see
And-
that guy?
and Canth. Oh, what am I saying? I keep skipping Kinthia.
Cynthia.
Kinthia gets over the edge and
The tattoo slap.
and runs at that tribal warrior. That is a hit. She does.
Kick his ass, Seabass.
Okay. And you hear combat. You look across and you can see that they're fighting. Roscoe, you're the only one that can see it.
Yep.
Vor, what do you do?
I can't see that happening up there, right?
No.
Okay. I guess I'm just gonna keep dashing.
Okay, go.
Hold on. I need to. There we go.
Well done, Vor.
All right. Okay. Doop and doop. That's 80 feet.
Okay. As you get to about that point,
Yeah.
a familiar searing pain begins to grow again in your chest. This time, even more painful than the last. I'd like you to perform a DC, wisdom saving throw. I keep saying the DC part.
this? Which
Did you not have milk at the last place where I was? Is this heartburn affecting you again?
Oh man. Do you have acid reflux? Wisdom
Upset.
saving throw?
Upset stomach, diarrhea.
8.
8.
You just passed.
You fall to one knee, and the searing pain.
I'm on Brux's back though.
Okay, so you fall kind of onto Vrux,
Yeah.
and just in pain, and you kind of dig your hands in and hold on for dear life. Falling off him as he kind of does this, you fall off.
Okay.
You are currently blinded for 1 round.
All right. Am I prone?
Yeah. I'd say on the other side.
never get
to
fight anymore.
All of a sudden, you are all surrounded by the sounds of cracking ice.
Sweet.
To the left of you, you see a hand burst through the crypt on the left.
There's a dragon.
As
That
a
is
frozen,
creepy.
as a
I should have
frozen,
robbed him first.
as a frozen, skinless hand breaks through towards you.
White
Um,
Bony.
White Walker.
You guys don't hear it at
Yeah, I
all,
get that.
but Roscoe, as you look around the surrounding area, you see a multitude of frozen zombies start to break through their icy graves.
Oh, Roscoe, this sucks.
Why
for
didn't
you.
we just run for the relic? Why did we do this? Like,
Jeez, that's the airship.
Yeah, watch out. Don't drop that on the TV.
Yeah, Todd.
So it is undead that
I mean-
causes this, obviously. Where did this?
could we
even
not
come
just
from?
do one undead beholder? Because we can do that pretty well.
I just seem to have some weird digestive intolerance
This
to
is
undead.
Skyrim.
Oh, really? That's why you're down?
I'm guessing.
And there's more this way.
White Walkers.
They show up and I'm like, oh.
You couldn't get a sword that glows. You had to get an indigestion initial.
As it breaks through, you see that they do have shiny things. Actually, one of them has kind of a shiny necklace with some teeth on it. Its skin, much like White Walkers, is basically frozen to their skeleton. Some of them are missing certain limbs. They look very zombie-like, and it reaches out to you. And that is where we will end the session for this evening!
Oh.
Thank you all for
Damn
joining
it.
us and tuning in. Next session is going to be epic.
They always are.
Wow.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in.
Thank you.
Monica, what'd you think? First
I'm super
ever
excited.
D&D session?
It was great having you as a guest. Let me know who's coming next time.
That's not nice. Monica will be here again. Absolutely 100%.
I'm not ready to finish. The action just got started.
I know, right? Last
Damn
time
it.
we played till like 12:30, or was it 11:30 maybe?
It was 11:30.
11:30. So tonight we're ending on time.
It's
10.
it's
10:30.
engrossing.
It is
That's the problem.
10:30.
It
So I wanted to
is,
make
it
sure this
really
was a good
is.
moment to end. There's lots more to happen in Great Worm Cavern. Thank you for joining us. We didn't get through it
Super
quite as
excited.
quickly as I thought. I hoped we would. The
We
Silver
spent
Dragon.
a ridiculous amount of time with the Silver Dragon.
Yeah, we spent way more time than I expected
I was
to with
just
the
trying to,
Silver
like,
Dragon.
what do you want? Why are you
Why
here?
are you here?
You guys
Just
have
curious. BS. What do you?
yeah. Remember not to look for like the plot reason it's here, but the actual reason why a Silver Dragon might be there.
It-
And I
it's
feel like
still like
sometimes
the-
it's like there has to be a reason the DM put him here. Not always.
but even
There's
like
your
beyond
40 in the
beyond
milk
that,
jug.
like the
Yeah.
metagaming, it's like, but why are you here? You're just curious? Like, really? This is made of dragon skin. What is wrong with you?
But what does it all mean, Basil?
I don't know.
All right, well, tune in next time. A
Thank
couple
you,
announcements. Realmsmith.tv, check out our crates. We have just announced our September crates. Magic of the Wild is what it's called. It's all about Feywild and magical wilderness and forest creatures. The encounter crate has the owlbear in it. It's a really cool encounter about by Absolute Tabletop for the owlbear. And the layer crate is King Grimewood, which is a treant. I guess that's how you pronounce him.
Yeah,
Trent?
yeah. As
Treant?
far as I know, treant in D&D, but
All
Yeah.
ends are
Anyway, it's an end,
trees.
but it's cool. So check it out. Realmsmith.tv. You can subscribe monthly. We'll send you stuff right to your doorstep to improve and make your tabletop experiences
And what do
awesome.
What do they have to do to get the Samsung crate?
The master crate.
Master crate.
send
Yeah.
$1,000.
Master creators have a special, special place in our hearts. As Dave likes to say, the master creators. Yeah,
Dave likes his master crates.
he likes master.
Oh,
He enjoys it all the time.
This is-
Anyway, sorry.
Of
folks.
all the inside jokes that were
Shaking
made
it how
tonight,
many
that's the one
times?
that everyone's.
That's the one.
That's the one we're stuck on.
Check out our Owlbear series on YouTube, Realmsmith TV. Just Realmsmith on YouTube. We have part 1 of our How to Paint an Owlbear tutorial series. We also have 3 parts of the Beholder. I promise you, folks, 4 is coming. I promise. It's just we're having some difficulties with some of the footage, so I'm just working through it. I
4?
promise. What's that?
Ford's coming. Who's Ford?
Oh gosh.
Episode 4.
Oh my
so,
gosh.
sorry. I
It's so
I heard
painful.
Ford. I'm like,
It's so painful. Thanks to Sirenscape for the amazing ambiance.
Sound
every
effects
week.
are
It's
awesome.
great.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank
Check
you.
out our crates because we do send sound sets for each individual counter
Yeah.
and layer crate within the box.
Makes the game.
It's really, really cool. Thank you, Fat Dragon, for the awesome papercraft and
Oh.
ship that we got.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Thanks, WizKids, for all the amazing zombies on the table that I haven't painted yet. Maybe I'll paint them by next.
No,
by next time.
Well, they're supposed
No,
to be.
thank you, WizKids.
Yes. Yes. No, thank you. Thank you, WizKids.
Initiative Coffee just said great.
Yes,
session.
BJ, dude, you were there the whole time. Guys, check out initiativecoffeeco.com. They have amazing coffee. Joel is a huge coffee buff, and he tried it, and he said it was amazing.
where is it?
Where's what?
I'm as much a coffee
Initiative
snob as
Coffee.
Joel.
Yeah, we need to. We have to talk to Joel. Joel took it all.
I need to
Great
mainstream
job.
that.
BJ, you should send us some coffee, dude, and we'll try it on
Sorry,
stream.
it's not a store.
That'd be great.
It's actual coffee.
Yeah, it's
beans.
coffee.
Okay.
It's actual
Alright.
coffee, but it's like fantasy and roleplay themed coffee. D&D.
That's
It's really cool.
perfect.
Really, really cool. So check that out.
Genuine owlbear.
BJ, if there's anything that you want us to know, I don't know if there is about Initiative Coffee, but guys, check out Initiative Coffee. It's really, really, really cool. Any other announcements? Next week, next Monday, we will be here with the wonderful Brandon Perkins DMing our Order of Dragonsbane live stream. That is the Tyranny of Dragons campaign. I'll be playing Crichton, and we will be surrounded by other fine folks playing that as well.
It has everybody here except me, so it's actually a lot more enjoyable to watch.
No,
Oh, you're done?
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Okay.
Gunny's.
I'd like to take
Gunny's
that
end of
back.
the game.
It's not nearly as fun as this one, though.
Yeah,
so.
Gunny's gonna die next session.
We didn't get to the vote for tonight. Tune in next time. This took a little longer. Hopefully, we'll get to the vote next time, and you guys will be able to change the direction and plot of our fine campaign, which is fun.
Oh,
All right.
what?
So, are you ready, producer,
All
to,
the
get us, to take
zombies
us out?
die. I love that
Yes.
story.
You're gonna do. Hang on, I gotta tell
the reverse
Brandon,
of what
the
we
reverse
did
of what we
before.
did before. But make sure you
Alright.
put the announcements page on so we don't end on us going again like we always do.
Alright.
Yeah, right.
I can do this part
You
right.
think you can do it?
I think I can.
We're gonna give a big countdown.
Well, I guess.
Folks, tune in a week from now. Order of Dragonsbane. In 2 weeks, we'll be back here with lots of frozen zombies for Monica.
Yay!
Peace out.
Yay.